It's always my co-hosts, the ones that want to be messy. Can I get some co-hosts that's not, and like, please don't say nobody name, just that part.
I'm just saying,
Just
you
that
spend
part.
your money on that.
Live, right?
You have
We
to
are.
already
It's coming
have
up.
body to
Okay,
get your
cool,
body
cool.
done. You can't be bad built and get your body done because your shape is bad built already. You have to already have like a idea of like this could be.
That
then
makes
get your
sense.
body done. You
I
know what
think-
I'm saying?
I think your
No, that
face
makes
should
sense.
already be somewhere before you get your body done. Like this is a thing of
Get your
completion.
face, your mind,
they don't believe in that.
your mind.
They don't
You
believe in
gonna
getting their
get
mind.
your booty done, but your head messed up.
See the man already done.
Hey, I think they can hear y'all. Like for
Oh,
real.
we live?
Yo. I'm sorry. That whole thing just played out in front of a live audience. Hey, yo,
Why
it's your
would
boy DA. This is I just want to talk. I'm not situated. I'm sitting in front of this camera, man. I got some people in the building who's talking about people who need to get their body done but shouldn't have it done, or they paid the money. I don't really know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but we are your weekly dose of adult entertainment. It's Friday. We competing with the weekend. As always, I'm overheated, man, because I'm running around like don't nobody love me. My brother bought me this nice hoodie, and it's an extra medium.
I thought
This
you said you
motherfucker
bought
is
it for me.
grabbing me everywhere that I don't want it to. But it is what it is. It's your boy DA. This is I Just Want to Talk. We got a special guest. As always, we trying to keep this thing up and going. We got some good content for y'all this week, man. Again, y'all see me wiping, so don't judge me. It's a pass in the room. This motherfucker is hot in here. I do not want to get in trouble with the Lord, but who knows what's going on. It's your boy DA. This is I Just Want to Talk. Mr. Joe Allen is here. Big Nick is here.
What's going on?
DP is here. We're going to get this thing popping in a minute, man. Y'all know what it is. It's time for the dang intro. I'm about to. It's like when you go, psst, they can hear that, bro. You talking literally right next to
I
you.
thought we was like this was like a commercial break.
Yeah, no, it's a small commercial break, but they can still hear, man. Let me get the camera off of me, man, because it is what it is. Y'all see Nick is in here, and she is covered up because she is cold. DP hoodie fits him for some strange reason.
No, DP do this hoodie thing.
I don't know.
Where'd you order that one from?
I don't know what's going on.
I have my people call your people
No, I just want to keep calling the people I call.
because they ain't give it to me for free, so I'm not pubbing them. So I tell you once we.
You might as well just give my people your.
I got yours from them
don't
too.
say less.
I got yours from them too.
Say less. Say less. Did you say he was a pastor?
He
Did you-
said that he passed the blunts, not that. No,
Oh.
Wait a minute.
I
no,
thought
I don't know where that just went.
I thought you
Whoa.
said. Do you
I don't
not
know
say
where it
that?
just went
I'm
either.
confused.
I have no
I'm
idea where that is. Hey, he don't know where it went. He just
I'm
snorted.
sorry, that's-
You know, when you making the pastor snort, something
you
is
say,
really
don't
wrong
talk like
here.
that towards me.
What's going on in the room, man?
That's why
I have
you
no
used to get
idea.
beat on all the
Acting like
time.
I was smoking.
Are you a
Said
pastor?
but yeah.
Like a pastor at a church?
New Home Baptist Church
Where's it located?
on the west side, 4804.
What
West
side of
Polk,
what?
Chicago. That's
Okay.
what's up.
What's the address?
4804 West Polk.
How
Right
big
off
is your
Cicero.
How big is your congregation?
Well, it's a bunch of old people.
I didn't ask you what.
Well,
kind
don't
of
say
people,
that, man. No.
because we ain't gonna get into that.
Well,
He said it's
I want to know
distinguished members.
how big is your congregation? You got
it's a nice size congregation.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that's what's up. Mainly grandmama's in there right now.
Hey, as long as you reach your
Grandmamas
one, you reach
need
your
Jesus
son.
too.
I'm trying to tell you.
Man, them grandmamas praying for
What
us.
they call it, reach one, teach one. No child left behind.
All right, Obama. DP, what's up, man? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling blessed and highly favored.
I'm
Look,
drunk.
hey, Muzz getting phony.
This nigga just was talking about
just talking
a
about
pastor
abortions
being in the room, and the first thing that comes out of her mouth is, "I'm drunk."
That's why I feel away. That's why I feel away.
Wait a
I
minute.
can't believe you did that shit.
I
DA.
don't know if I want to be in here right now. Hey, Jesus, listen. Burn that fucking side of the couch. I pay too much for this damn
put it
podcast
down.
studio. Don't burn the entire thing. Joe Allen, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
You was just purposely talking to Nick, but can you tell the people, I keep saying your name, can you tell them exactly who you are, where you preach, and how you got into preaching while I fix the technical difficulties that I'm struggling with right now?
Well, I'm out west because I'm from the west side, but I went to school out here in Georgia.
West Side?
We went to school together, so
Yeah.
love
sure.
y'all content. I've been trying to get on since the first couple of episodes, but
Man, the first couple episodes happened 2 years
Everybody
ago, but
said
it's
that. Don't
okay.
they
We
be-
love
they be
you.
hard to get on the
what
show
I'm
with
saying?
us.
But I didn't know
It's cool.
how to hit you.
It's
you know what I'm
cool.
saying? Then
It's
when
cool.
I hit you, you hit me back.
It's
you know,
cool.
Now I'm here, V.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
That's
But,
how that usually works.
growing up in church all my life, and then it's a family kind of business.
Yeah.
So
Meaning like my daddy was a minister, a
granddaddy,
pastor,
daddy, me, my kids though they something else.
You don't know if they gonna be pastors.
No, they ain't.
Don't even worry about it.
They gonna hang out with their
My
own
son-
feelings.
He did that deep.
My
No,
son
they ain't.
pastors Xbox.
Okay. I mean, if that's his thing, we ain't gonna hold him.
Shoot, I wonder who my pastor is.
Me.
Fact.
Who his pastor should be.
There
That
you
boy
go.
needs some church.
Me.
Big Nick,
What's going on, baby?
it's another Friday that's passed us up.
It is.
And you got your camera back. You ain't got to share it with nobody.
Period. Because I don't like sharing it.
Period.
Just to let y'all know.
And it ain't that time of the month.
It sure ain't. City Girls up one.
Uh-oh. She
I
brought
heard
the
y'all
city
getting
girls.
peed on. Y'all down 1,000.
City girls are literally getting pissed on.
No way. I just want to say that, first of all, nobody should be judging nobody about what they like in the sexuals.
Who am me to judge?
That's what I'm saying.
Who
Y'all
am
try
me
to,
to judge?
because that's what y'all doing. Oh, city girls getting peed on. Y'all being real judgmental.
Well, no, that's
because
she just
that.
said it this week that city girls getting peed.
No,
Like,
she didn't say city girl. She said she getting peed on.
ain't she the city girl?
But she don't. She's not all of us. She's just
How
herself.
many is it?
A nation.
A city girl?
Oh, it's a nation.
It's a nation.
It's more than a nation. It's a fucking.
I can tell you one thing though. I feel like a nigga
It's a
switching
cult.
gangs just violate me because I think I want to go another way because I ain't with that shit. That
You not
golden
with getting
shower-
peed on?
Hell, fuck no.
Hey, real quick.
We got a pastor. We can't talk.
Joe said his kids love Xbox. If they don't have to act churchy shit, why the hell do we? Man, you
Right,
know what's
you
going on
right.
here. Hey, man, it's your boy DA, man. If y'all in here, man, y'all know
I'm
what's
trying to
going
tell
on.
you.
Do me a favor. Do us a favor. Share this live right now, man, for a chance to win one of these spiffy I Just Want to Talk hoodies just in your size, one that fits you. Meaning, if you get one, don't send DP to get it. Because
Please don't.
he's going to
No,
get the
he-
one that fits him, but it doesn't quite fit
man,
you.
I'ma tell you what happened. He ordered two for him and gave you.
And gave me the one that didn't fit. Oh, I'm gonna get this one to DA because this is what he asked
All
for.
you gotta do is cut the sides.
Mine's
Hey, look,
50,
I'm standing there,
DA,
Nick
DP
pulling on the
mine-
side of this motherfucker like, bro, what's wrong with your hoodie?
Like y'all putting on sheets.
It was tight, but you know what? You look nice though. You got your shit on. But I'm just saying, I was like, damn.
Nick, like, I ain't never seen you in no
I ain't
medium
never
shirt
seen you
before.
do
What
no
the
shit like that.
What the
I
fuck
was
going on?
shocked.
Hey, listen, man, I don't want to hold y'all up, man. Let's kick this thing off, man. Right through the gate. Again, if you in here, this thing is broadcasting on YouTube, but we're streaming live on my Facebook channel. So just make sure you get over, man, and share that thing, man. Let's make one of these things go up. I got like 17 subscribers in the last week, so I feel like I'm doing something right. I
Hello.
just can't regulate my body temperature for some strange reason today. But let's kick this thing off, man, right from the top. Surfing the web last week, the week before, I came across this. It should have been the topic for last week or like 2 weeks ago, but it wasn't. I saw a young lady on a video. She said that it isn't truly a compliment to be called an independent woman. And that was a bit telling for me. Kind of threw me off because I didn't know where she was going with it. So I found the video, and here it is.
Please do not address me as a strong, independent Black woman. It's not a compliment. I never hear a man that is raising children alone say, I'm mom and dad. He never becomes overly feminine because he's raising children. But we as women become overly masculine because we are raising children, because I'm mom and dad and I gotta do all these things, right? And now I put extra stuff on me and then I say, ain't nobody helping me. Well, nobody told you to do that. There is help available, all because I was trying to overcompensate for what daddy wasn't doing. I didn't have to be mom and dad. Now they got Mr. Chris and Mr. Eric over here. And I took them to be a part of different organizations because when you think of something strong, you do not think of coming to the aid of it. So when we are looked at and walk around as strong, what we're putting out is, I do not need assistance. I don't need your help. So anytime a man says, oh, I love it, you're so strong. I said, no, I'm not strong. I'm resilient. I'm not independent. I'm interdependent.
Hello.
Because nobody ever comes to the aid of the strong person. So when I'm around men, my wrists are broke.
She said when she around men, her wrists are broke, meaning her femininity stands high and mighty above all else. Big Nick, you being the woman in the room, freestanding, is being called an independent woman truly a compliment?
I definitely agree with her, DA. You know, being called a strong woman really sets the tone for the people around and the person that's calling you the strong woman, that you can handle everything. You can go through whatever. You can endure whatever. And people sometimes don't acknowledge your boundaries. They don't acknowledge where the cutoff is. So I absolutely think that being strong is never a compliment for me. Don't call me that. It's never a compliment to me.
Go get that, JoJo. Go get that, JoJo.
What you think, Joe?
I'm not that strong.
I'm with the video. I watched it 100 times.
Oh, you've seen it already?
Yeah, I seen that.
Oh, I must have sent it to you. Oh, okay, cool.
Because when you say you're independent, what you're doing is you're refusing to work together with your mate. Because when you throw the degree, when you throw the money in and all that, like, your degree belongs in two places: on the shelf and at your job. It don't belong in our relationship. But if you keep throwing that, you're gonna run a man like me away. Because I don't care. I want you to love me.
I know that's right.
I don't care about your accomplishments. Accomplish loving me, supporting me, because I'm gonna do the same thing for you.
Yeah.
And we can move on. But
Right.
as long as you keep hollering this independent stuff, I'm gonna break away. I'm gonna shy away from you.
Definitely.
I like it. It's
What
clean.
you think, DP?
That was super clean.
But I love to be different.
Here
So,
you go. Here you go.
as we're listening to the video, I just want to make sure that I have it right. She said being called independent isn't a compliment, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Well, that's for her to interpret how she feels about the compliment. Because somebody could turn around, like, for me, I hear arrogant a lot. And I take it as a compliment. So I don't know how you meant to give it to me, but I know how I received it. And it was a compliment. So whatever you're called, I got to accept it for it to be true anyway.
Right.
So you can give me what you want. I can take it however I want to. So if a woman feels like being called independent is a pat on the back for her because she takes care of everything and she does spend a lot of time in her masculine energy and she's cool with it, hey, who am I to tell you that it's not a compliment? I agree with you. But if you are in a space where you don't want to be independent and somebody calls you that, now, of course, you know, you kind of feel like either you're moving incorrectly or they disrespected you because that wasn't the goal that was set out. But I think I think it's a compliment, low key. I think it's a compliment because based on whatever trials you're going through, you're handling it by yourself. Now, that wasn't the goal initially.
I think that's human nature, though, DP. I don't.
But you're
think
still
that
independent because ain't nobody helping you do it.
But guess what? As long as you're in a fight, you're going to go through whatever you're going to go through. If you don't give up, that doesn't make you strong. That means I didn't give up.
Oh, I didn't call her strong. I called her independent. She's
Well,
by herself doing what she got to do.
Even I don't even believe in independence. Let me tell you something. There's no such thing in my world as independence because it takes something to get something. Everybody needs somebody to do something. Somebody hired you. Somebody gave you a chance. Somebody accepted that loan. It takes something to get something. So there's no fucking such thing as real life being independent. You can do that self-acclamation all you want and make yourself feel good, but somebody helped you. Somebody led you. You followed somebody. You saw something, you read something, you believed in something, and it came from somebody else. Remember, we was just talking about this with science, right? Something came from something.
Yeah, I didn't agree with that either.
Nothing. I know, but I think that. I feel that way. I feel that way.
She was saying everything
I feel
came
that
from a
way.
book, and I'm like, you know.
No, I did not say that. I said
you said it came from a person, and a bunch of people agreed, and they put it in a book.
I said one person
Told
Told
another
another
person.
person.
came up with a theory and convinced another person, and then they presented it to a room of people,
Yes, that's
and
what
then
she said.
everybody agreed, and we decided this is what we're gonna put in a book, and that book was copywritten by a person. And then it was rebranded by a person, and we taught this generation and this generation and this generation, and it all came from a person.
What book are we talking about?
I
Any book.
mean,
It's
like a
figuratively.
biology
Figuratively.
book, a history book.
Figuratively speaking.
You get what I'm saying? Somebody wrote it. It came from a somebody.
I give you that.
You get
This,
what I mean? It came from a somebody. And I believe that in science, therapy, These are things that you don't need nobody to tell you to take a deep fucking breath and count to 10. At one point, you know what? You're going to go through shit, and guess what? You're going to tell yourself, I done exhausted every option. Maybe I should count to 10. I'm going to chill.
What it is, once it
think
hits a
that.
book, most of the time, a book that's respected, not just somebody's opinion. Even
Obviously.
though they're all an opinion.
Right?
It just means that it works for the majority. So it can work for the majority.
I say work for that moment.
I was just about to say that, but how can you say it worked for the majority?
I say that.
That's just like if I give you Tylenol. If I give 100 people who sick Tylenol, it don't work for all 100. But we can all have the same symptoms.
But if it worked for 80,
but it worked for 80,
hey, but
then
guess
it
what?
works.
But
You can
guess
put it in
what?
the book.
But guess what? If I didn't live that it worked for the 80, how the fuck I'm supposed to believe that? I didn't see it work for the 80. I don't know that. That's something you put in the book. You told me that. You get what I'm saying? I didn't see that. I didn't witness that.
She
Look,
drunk.
even the mic don't believe you.
She drunk.
Look. The mic, even
It's got a point to the leg. I think Nick know that,
Yeah,
but
are you outside?
that Dave and Buster's cup.
I think
Okay.
independence is up for interpretation, just like any other thing that you can be called.
In
So
the middle
if
of a
you-
live broadcast, your sister is about to go get food.
How about what do you think, DA? Take it away.
I'm gonna. So the camera gets off of her getting up, walking out of my goddamn studio in these big, thick, stack Crocs that she got on. Nobody ever slammed that door that hard. I gotta put a tack there so the brick don't come off the wall again. This is twofold for me, Joe.
I'm listening.
This is twofold for me because I actually love women who step up in the face of adversity and make stuff work.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind that at all. 100% don't mind it at all. I love the fact that women have taken the negative that is being a single woman or a single mother, and they've built themselves into this grandioso idea of educated women, and they're empowered in who they are and who they believe themselves to be.
Okay.
I love it all 100%. But like Dennis said, that's an opinion. If that woman chooses to give herself that moniker or doesn't want that attached to her, then don't give her that. Because like the woman in the video actually said, when you scream how independent you are, that makes men want to run away from you, not toward you. So it's not an arguable fact for me. I would just be willing to go with whatever the room is saying, not saying that my thoughts will be swayed by what they think and believe, but this is all opinion based.
Facts.
Just like Dennis said, it's opinion based. But Nikki being a woman in the room, I can understand where she's coming from. She doesn't believe in the word independence because you had to get that from somewhere. You had to go through something to get to that level of being independent.
And how somebody perceives me doesn't mean it's my truth. This
Right.
is just your perception of who I am.
Right.
I don't have to be calling myself this. You called me independent woman.
Yeah.
You called me strong. That's not the word that was used.
That
but
wasn't
now
the
I'm
word, but
just-
yeah.
But you called me something. Just because you called me that doesn't mean that that's who I identify as.
Right. Yeah, no, so it's I don't got a qualm with it, bro. Like I really don't
but
have
I
an
like
issue
it,
with
though.
it.
I like
I
that.
like what she said because a lot of women who do that independent thing, like I don't mind. Like if you work, you work.
Yeah.
In today's time, life is high.
Yes, it is.
Fact.
Life is high. He didn't say
Life
things. He
is
said
high.
life. I like
Life
that.
is-
I like
So
that.
Can I
You
eat?
need, multiple incomes, especially if you got a family.
What happened?
Nothing.
No, you definitely do, Joe. I don't know what's wrong with Nikki today, but she working on it. She definitely working
She
on
having
it.
communion right now.
She having communion literally right now. Yeah, no, you definitely need it. And then, Joe, you said something too that was very telling. And I don't know that I want to put it the way that you did exactly, but a degree does belong in two places: at a job
And on the shelf.
and on the shelf. So when you come home and you doing that whole, or you just in life, I'm this independent woman and I don't need. Okay, well, be there.
So let me. The Bible says, "Speak things as though they were."
Okay.
Life and death is. You feel me?
Did Joe just take one of my topics and
bad.
throw it into his own?
My bad. I didn't
You
mean-
know
did
what,
I go
Joe?
too early?
But
my bad.
but I was
You
gonna
and
say,
Jesus can get the fuck.
My bad.
Nah, you are good. You are
But-
good.
So when you say I don't need a man for this, and you keep saying that, why
Yeah.
would God want to send you a good man?
True.
And the words keep coming out your mouth. I don't need.
Yeah.
I'm
The Lord ain't heard me
And she
say
said
that.
she said that's where she was. The lady said that's where she was at a point. But then when she realized what she was doing and she wasn't being the person that she wanted to be, then she changed her demeanor. And then that's when she met Mr. Eric and Mr. Stanley and was able to, you know what I'm saying, take some of that load off. Because she was saying, well, I'm mama and daddy.
And you
Well,
can't do
I
that.
can't be daddy. I can only be mama. What you was going to say, Nick?
I was just gonna say that I think that being independent and me being an independent woman and me needing a man is two different lanes.
I'd rather for them to say
I think that.
responsible.
I do think that you could change the word, but I feel like you being independent is a lot broader than you saying I don't need a man. I don't need a man. It's so direct. It's so I don't need a man. I don't need a man. Meaning I don't need you for a goddamn thing. Like I don't need a man. Those are words I'm not talking.
So
I'm not
what
independent
about
women.
what about? I'm sorry, JoJo.
It's cool.
What about if you don't need a man but you want him? That's a huge difference.
What do you want him
And I don't
for?
feel. I want him for whatever I want him for.
Then
but I
you
don't-
could have
I
whatever
don't have
man
to
you want in the
need you.
moment. Hey, listen, I feel like I honestly, y'all,
How much stuff do we really need?
y'all already know how I feel. I feel like man need woman, woman need man. The flesh was made, we was made to coexist. That's impossible. There's things that are for
take us
you,
off in the
and there are
midst. Preach.
things that are for me. And they don't have nothing to do with a gender role. It just got something to do with the fact that I came from your rib. So there's no such thing in the world as I don't need you.
Wait, so we
I
going to go
need
get
you.
ribs when we done?
Man, we ain't going to I-57 because that junk was so trash.
Whoa,
yeah.
whoa.
Whoa,
That
it
was
so
If
garbage.
I-57 want to sponsor this, hey, the thoughts and
Kick him
comments
off.
of this segment do
He can
not
be
reflect that
And then
the I Just Want to Talk
turn
podcast.
around
I want to know what you want to
You
say,
called him on a
Pastor.
bad night, D.
I want to know what you want
Man,
to
this
say,
dude
Pastor.
tripping. He trying to get us to lose sponsorship.
Yeah.
You know what? You, Joe, and Jesus get the. No, let me stop playing
Burn
with
up in
y'all.
the car.
Go ahead, Joe. What you was finna say, Joe?
I forgot.
What were you
Man,
going to say
Joe
to
got his
what I
hat
said?
bent to the left. I see why they call him Joe. He from out west. He
Joe
under
from
the
out west.
Phonem.
Yeah. No. O'Neal.
Oh, whoa, Joe. Wait a minute, Joe.
Grew up with
Hold
Trav.
on.
You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, relax. Everybody calm down.
O'Neal.
Hold on, Joe.
Joe said, I'm with
It's
this
getting
for real.
tight in here.
It's definitely
Oh,
getting
I was
tight.
gonna say,
He found it. See,
Most
pastors
of them
always
women
do.
who be
Facts.
like really aggressive with that independence, they be some angry.
Well, what are they angry about,
I
Joe?
don't know. I ain't did it.
But I'm saying you
I ain't
converse
do
with
it to
women.
you. So if I
You've
want to go out
lived.
with you and have a good time, and you,
What's the
I'm
most popular
independent.
thing? What's the most popular thing you've heard? What's the excuse? What's the reasoning? You've heard something. You know something.
Whatever the excuse was, it's
I just wanna know what
it's
he-
a compilation of her bad decisions. Usually,
I just want to know like what he get. Like, you know, like what do you get off that? Like when women be
I
saying
get
that,
the bill. Check. Let's go. I'm independent.
ladies, y'all down 10. We down 10.
There go them city girls. There go them city girls. There go them city girls.
Child, please.
Nick, you don't like it, Nick?
Hey, listen. I told you what I thought. I told you what I felt. It is what it is. Hey, since we started shooting and talking about manhood and feminist and feminism, I've already told you, like, I need a man. I'm never finna be the woman to be like, I don't need no man. I'm not that girl. I do. There's shit in my life that I just don't want to do, that I don't feel like I have to do. I need a man. And because I need him, I'm going to serve him. I'm going to submit to him. I'm going to make him feel however I need to make him feel, because he's going to produce for me. And
How old are
I
you?
need a man. I'll be 33 in May, Pastor.
You're on your way.
Thank you.
She is on her way to finding a good man.
JoJo, do you? I'm sorry to change the subject because I mean,
That's cool.
So, do you need a woman?
I want a woman.
Facts, but is it different?
Well,
from a
no,
man
to
that-
ask him, do he need it? Ask him one more time.
Do you need a woman?
Because that was yes or no. Do you need a woman?
I'm gonna be a man about it. Yes.
Thank you.
Do you need a woman, Da?
Man, all I need is some money and a gun.
What? DA.
That's all I need.
I ain't gonna say it like that because Da is Da.
DA is a
But
doodle head.
like, even the person I want the most, if she left, I'd be hurt, but I'm okay.
Well, I mean, I don't
Okay.
think that I don't think
That's
that's
not the
I don't
same,
need
right?
you
DA,
then.
he do that all the time.
Yeah, no.
The
But
I don't need
No,
you.
no, no. Dennis, you're,
want you.
but you're talking about that you're talking about that specific person saying I don't need you. You're not talking about the species of womanhood. You're not saying I don't need a woman. You're saying, hey girl, I don't need you. I can replace you. I'm gonna put somebody else in your shoes. You're not saying women.
So you're saying-
I don't need y'all. That's not the same thing.
But
Do
I
you
think
need a woman?
The way that you put need sounded like you needed that one-on-one companionship. Like
I
in
feel
a
like
marriage
you
sense.
created your own detail because I didn't
I'm
give
asking
you
you.
one.
No,
I'm
I'm
asking you, do you need a woman? As a man, do you not need
I don't
a
need,
woman?
I don't need to be in a committed relationship. Need a woman.
Well,
Dennis,
I
do
wanna
you
go
need a
biblically on
woman? Do you need a woman?
So what, Joe?
I'm gonna go biblically on it.
Do you need a woman?
No.
Pastor, eat him up.
When Adam was by himself,
Ooh wee. Ooh,
God said, "It's
In the
not
lion's
good
den.
ooh wee.
that man should be alone."
Mm.
And he created Eve.
Woman.
So
Hello.
I do believe that we all supposed to have wives.
But he
I
just
believe
said,
we-
he just said a plural word though.
I believe
it's what wives.
wives.
Yes,
Because he
Yeah.
spoke for the plenty. He
I-
spoke
I
for
don't- I
men. He
don't-
said,
this-
we as
what we
men
doing
need
now,
wives.
I don't believe in that.
Oh, get him.
I don't believe what
Get-
we
Pastor,
doing
what
now,
you say,
I
Pastor?
do not believe in.
What
that.
are we doing now,
What
Pastor?
we doing is like leasing. I don't believe in that.
What are we leasing?
We leasing Negroes and
How are we leasing? Are we leasing them to one another?
No, you leasing them. Like what you do when you lease a car?
Driving for a
You
minute.
To
drive it for a while,
anybody.
give
To
it back.
anybody that can get approved.
You get to a certain point, then you go get you another car. That's what we doing. We leasing people.
I don't think so, Pastor.
Yes, we are.
Can you stop calling him Pastor and call him Joe?
know.
It's confusing me.
I like Pastor. Let me say what I want to say.
It is confusing me. I want to say
Do
cuss
Joe-
words,
Joe,
and every
do-
time you
would
say
you like
pastor,
me to say
it
Joe?
takes away from me wanting
Is
to
it
say a
better
cuss
if I say
word.
Joe?
This is show, so yeah, you say.
Thank
Joe?
you. I like say
No, it's not his.
the
Like a
recognition.
Chipotle because you know what?
The recognition. This is
But-
his show. Call Joe Joe. Do you have
Hey,
that logo
hey,
tattooed
Dennis,
on you?
what
We
you
got
call
it,
me in the
Joe.
hallway?
We
Hey,
won,
Joe.
Joe.
We won, Joe.
Dennis, so you don't need a woman, bro?
Yes, he do. He's lying.
I want you.
He need a woman.
That's
Look,
you know what? That's
the-
a very
He
thing
cannot
is-
take away the need of a woman out of his life completely, and he just go forth with kids and
it's so
shit.
crazy.
He's fucking lying.
It's so crazy.
He can
because-
switch out the women, but he's not gonna take
Exactly.
away from womanhood. Like he's fucking lying.
No, I.
You
the-
lying.
So therefore, I don't.
So
need
you don't need
if
to
you're
bust no
replaceable.
nut. So you don't need to bust no nut for the rest of your life.
that's not a
That's
need.
You
not-
don't
you
need to
missing the-
listen.
you missing it,
You
though.
don't need to be catered
not a
to.
need.
You don't need to be nurtured. You don't need the emotional affection from a
No,
woman.
because I got my
You don't-
mama.
Fucking
Nah, that's them
fag.
two different.
My
kind of
mama can
emotions.
nurture me.
Them two different loves.
My mama, I love
Your
my
mama
mama.
ain't gonna do it.
Hey, what was that show on BET?
Your mama
Playing?
ain't gonna do it.
It was some show where the dude was in love with his mama or something.
Hey, what's the
Mama,
name?
I need you. Man, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm trying to tell you, mama don't relieve stress like me. I
Mike
don't
Given
know.
says,
Maybe I'm saying I don't need
Mike
them.
Given says, every man needs a woman.
Right.
And every woman needs a man.
Hello.
It's
Mikey
our
G, what up?
natural
That's how it go. What's up,
desire.
Mike? What's up, Mike? I
It
don't
is
even
our
talk to the people that come.
natural
Mike, what's up?
desire. Chrissy Carruthers said, Joe is in the podcast with all the smoke. They feeling you, Joe. They not feeling you today, DP. I need you to get your shit together. Oops, I'm sorry, Pastor
Because
Joe.
DP, you know.
No, man.
You know.
Hey, man, no,
I think
yeah,
what
no,
I'm
man.
saying-
Hey, man, I'm going to
I'm
be
listening.
myself in every
It's-
situation I get the opportunity
DA,
to
You
be.
find
Because-
one cuss word in the Bible, then holler at me.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
A word is in there, isn't it?
DP,
But
what were
it's
you
in the
saying?
donkey.
It's talking about a donkey.
It still say ass, and every time
You
I hear
finna
ass, I think of
find
Nicki
one.
Minaj.
one.
Just saying.
Ass,
Okay,
ass,
DP, what
ass,
was you gonna
ass,
say before you
ass.
forget? DA, shut up.
I should just I should just say I'm talking about more like in a relationship sense. I don't need you.
I
want
don't need
you.
a relationship with you. I don't need a commitment with you.
No.
Okay,
Matter
but
of fact,
I'm asking.
Matter of fact, past sex, I don't need you
okay,
at all.
okay, but I'm asking in your existence. You could go on
that's tough.
today going
Past
forward
sex,
with no
tough.
woman.
Past
With
sex,
no-
I
Strong,
don't
that's
need
DA,
you.
DA, can you please tell DP that I'm not saying nothing about sex? Please tell him
Did
that I didn't
mention
say
it?
that
Go
word.
ahead. I want to hear.
I
Say it
said, so
clean.
what you're telling me is today going forward, you can live for the rest of your life without the existence of a woman.
No,
you
'cause I gotta have sex. Past,
You need a woman. What are you talking
Exactly.
about?
And
you just said you don't.
I'm just saying, past sex, I don't need you.
Hey, I don't give a
want
fuck if you need me to lick your eyebrows. A need is a need. I asked you, do you need me? And you said
I was
no.
going to say, this is not that type of show. Wait a minute.
I was not about to say that.
Thank you, Jesus.
I think
Now you
I
just
think what
trying
you're trying to do,
is let you know that you need a woman and woman need man. That's all.
what you guys are trying to do, not you guys, what you are doing
Okay.
is trying to increase the value on the woman.
No, I'm not.
Y'all value not that high.
I'm not. Wait, slow
I
down,
went
DP,
there.
because
I
you
did
go
it.
so far. But what I'm gonna
Value
tell you is
basically based on how you value her.
exactly.
Facts, just like being independent. So this is my value
Get him, Joe.
on a woman.
Eat his
It's
ass
not
out.
that high. And
Because
this
he
is
don't
coming-
value women, Joe.
This is coming from somebody who is in the pocket with somebody.
And he love women.
I do. But I don't
He don't
need you.
give a
I
shit
want
about him.
you. I'm good if you leave. Would it hurt? For
But
a
I'm
minute?
gonna replace you.
Sure.
Am I not?
Yes.
So stop
And
saying you
if
don't
she
need
leaves, I'm
woman.
good.
Womanhood is what we're talking about. We're not talking about an in particular woman. We're talking about the species of women.
I need a whole
Do you
bunch-
not need
I
a
need a whole bunch
woman?
of stuff to get through. I need a cell phone.
You're
every day.
doing too much. Let's take it back to women. So do you not need women? Is the question. Do you not need a woman?
Nick, you trying to make it something else?
No,
though.
I'm trying to
Because
make
for
it
real, I could
strictly
go without
about
sex forever.
Who
I don't
said
need
sex?
you.
I asked
I'm
you.
telling you that that's the highest value that they
Hey,
have.
so check this out.
That's all.
Nick says you need him.
You
Dennis
need 'em.
says you
Dennis-
don't.
Dennis
At the
know.
end of the day, I don't really give a who this neither. Who you think he need? This is my motherfucking show.
He just want to talk.
I just really wanted, because y'all had a good dialect going, and I really wasn't involved. I didn't want to just jump in and just say something that didn't fit.
JoJo, he's so annoying.
Hey man, but did you see me like bleep the curse words on my own? Though? Like I'm growing. The pastor's in the building because I would have said all of them curse words.
Do you agree with what I'm saying?
I agree with both of y'all, bro. Like
And then, and that's what
I
I'm
agree
saying.
with
So,
both
like,
of
if you
y'all.
take,
I like it.
if you take sex out of the equation, do you need women?
but I mean,
It depends on the
it's
individual.
still because
That's gay.
it's you know what it's a
You just
very
made it. You see
well,
what I
no,
mean?
yeah,
That's
yeah, no.
crazy.
You need
That's
women.
you putting the shoes
crazy.
on the moonwalk, bro. You
That's
moonwalking to
crazy.
make it make sense for
I'm
you.
not trying to make it make sense. I'm strictly
Okay, so-
saying that women need men and men need women. That's it.
You're-
that's all I'm
that's-
saying.
that's
If God
true,
pulled
Nick.
a woman from a man's rib.
That
and
didn't
if we
really
did
happen.
Not need,
That didn't really.
was we there?
So you roll.
That didn't really happen.
We don't
man.
know that. But from what I
I know
believe,
one
that's
side.
exactly what happened. You know what I'm
That
saying?
didn't really
They know
happen.
one
One side.
That's why I believe that one side of your body is off than the other. But that's another conversation
That
for
is
another
another
day.
conversation for
I
another
feel
day.
like this is my personal belief.
All right.
Well, I mean, that's
I
that's
pull a man
that's good
from
and well.
women.
That's good and
why
well.
women are easily to adapt to being masculine
'Cause y'all
versus
need us
men
more.
being as easily to adapt to being feminine.
I don't know what that means. Hey,
I just
so
think that.
the next topic on the docket is:
What?
can men sense when something is off in their relationship, or do they just choose to ignore the signs?
I'm back on y'all side now.
This is
Switch it back over. My lady might be watching this.
this is a very
Don't get your
real
ass-
conversation because it was something we talked about, and then like it went left somehow,
Can you tell
somewhere.
that story?
I can't remember what the story was. I was high that night.
You say-
We
okay,
smoked the weed, right?
He don't
And
even
Joe
smoke.
brought the
Who smoked the
weed.
weed?
None
We
of us
smoked
smoke.
it. Joe brought it.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? We got the backwoods, man. Listen, do you not start reaching into Joe social medias trying to find out if he really sell drugs? Because the man do not sell drugs. He's a
Joe?
pastor
Joe,
of a
you
church
sell
out west.
drugs?
Will you not ask him that question openly?
Why not?
Ask
I was
offline. That's
It's
one
on
of
our
those.
show.
That's
I
one of
was
those
doing
offline
DoorDash.
questions. I was doing
and it was a weed
DoorDash.
dispensary, so
Is that a thing?
Oh,
no, I'm just joking.
Oh, I was ready to say like that's got to be lucrative.
that's not funny.
I got Jarrell Coquit. No, we
almost
can do it. We
believed
can
you.
do it.
I almost
That's something we
believed
can
you.
do.
I almost
Crazy.
believe
He
that.
said,
No.
is that a real thing? No, I'm just,
Man, look, me and shout out to Jarrell Coquit, man. We bought the tightest licensing down, man, to get this. Yep, they can see you, Nick. Let me switch the camera. They can see you. She's an alcoholic, people. I'm gonna call it what it is. So anyway, Jarrell Coquit, he just getting this licensing to distribute, and we was discussing the transportation licensing. I think that's a thing, bro.
It is.
Like that should be a real thing. Either way, man. Can men sense when something is off in their relationships, or do men just choose to ignore the signs? Nikki, I'm gonna let you go last. Dennis, I can't remember the story. Can you tell the story, or can you remember it?
I don't remember it
Or
all the
just
way.
tell me
That's
what just tell me what your side is on this.
Okay, so to me, like, I'm so big on accountability. And I'm a firm believer that most women aren't accountable. And it's trickling down to men at a high rate because we're being raised by our mothers in most cases. I think a man knows exactly what you talking about, and he act like he don't. Like, and that's if I was a female, that would be annoying as crap. You know exactly what I'm talking about, and you know that you're disrespecting me. I'm telling you, and then you acting like you don't comprehend why I'm saying I'm upset.
That's my brother.
That's annoying, bro.
That's my brother.
And then when I get upset, you spin the block and act like a victim because I'm mad about what I keep having to tell you. How many times can I tell you something calmly before I yell it at you? And then when I yell at you, now I'm combative. Now I'm not in my feminine energy. Now I'm not. Bro, you understood what I was telling you the last 7 times. And then to prove the point that I know that you know what you're talking about, men will be friends with other men. JoJo, we've been friends since 8th, 9th grade. How many arguments we had? 0. Me and DA been best friends since 7th grade. How many arguments we had? 0.
That's a lie.
No, we don't. We ain't never had no arguments at all. But it ain't like we don't never disagree. But we gonna talk to each other and act like we got some sense with each other because we ain't gonna disrespect each other. So now all of a sudden you with a woman and y'all can't have a civil conversation or you can't comprehend her side. You just don't want to. You don't respect her in that regard. I respect you enough to never step on your toes. In 20 years, I've never stepped on your toes. In 20 years, I've never stepped on your toes. That's a conscious decision. And so it's not like I'm just doing that one thing. I've never had, like, because I don't cuss like that. So, like, I haven't been in a relationship where we cussing at each other. I've never been hit. I've never hit anybody. Like, these are templates set so that we don't have disrespect in our relationship, period. So we had breakups, of course, like, man, this just don't work for us. But it's not disrespect. Like, we're not going to,
Okay.
everybody who left me, because women break up with men don't break up with women. Everybody who left me, I understood why you left me.
Okay.
Now, I've did things that was wrong. They've done things wrong to me. But we always understood it. It wasn't confusion. So when men act like it's so much confusion in a woman, nah, bro, you're not confused at all. You just want to do what you want to do and act like you don't understand it. That's lame to me.
I don't like the
Lame
fact
as
that you've been
fuck.
talking that long. Go ahead, Joe. Can men sense when something is wrong in a relationship, or do they just choose to ignore it?
Both.
I like that answer.
Talk to him, Joe.
I 100% disagree with Dennis. I just want to, before Joe say anything, I 100% disagree with Dennis. Go ahead, Joe. What
Talk
you
that
got?
shit, Joe.
So, being 7 years married,
Congratulations.
I'm divorced now.
Congratulations.
He get on my nerves.
God is
God,
good. God.
The from experience,
Yeah.
you got to pick your battles.
Okay.
So the little stuff I would let go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
That bag is really loud, Nikki.
like how Dennis said, you know, we ignore some things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I agree with him on that. And then I would blow up,
Yeah.
which wasn't fair to her,
Right.
but that was my energy for that day.
That was your decision.
That was my decision.
Okay.
So I agree with both. Like we do understand,
Yeah.
but then we do ignore it.
Okay.
What do you ignore?
I ignore that little stuff.
Is it the little stuff you ignore, or is it the person that doesn't mean as much that you ignore?
No, I ignore the little stuff.
Oh,
What's little?
Like, babe,
Her
you ain't-
feelings?
Oh damn, you gonna hit me like that?
My fault,
Yeah,
bro. You know I love
we
you,
wanna
bro.
know.
You know I love you, bro. But hey,
In that moment, maybe. I'm gonna be honest. In that moment, like if, babe, you ain't take out the garbage this morning. I was late for work. I got to go. So in that moment, me going to work meant more than taking that trash out.
Yeah.
right. But you can't simply respond and say, "I was late for work," and she'd be like, "Oh shit, okay."
In today's time,
No.
you late every day. Now I got to deal with that. So now we clashing.
but do you understand that you're wrong?
Halfway.
How's it?
What
What's the
other
half?
half?
See, oh, we finna do this.
Half.
Just know we
What's the
finna do
other
this
half?
right
You
now.
remember what dude told
Nikki got food in
Terrence
her mouth.
Marshall? I mean, not Terrence.
Terrence
Marshall.
Howard.
Terrence Howard on what movie was that when he say, "I could be wrong, but I could be right."
Get Rich or
He
Die Trying.
always say that.
I'm with that.
Yeah.
So I was wrong, but halfway, Joe.
I was wrong, but I could have been right. But the
could've
fact
been
that I
right.
could have been
So
right, I
do
was
you
wrong.
not-
So the fact that I could have been wrong, I was still right. I love that, bro. Like, it's like saying might as well as not to me.
You know exactly where I
Like,
was going.
it makes perfect sense. Before y'all get down on Joe, I'm gonna tell you why I disagree.
I
with
wasn't gonna
Dennis.
get down on Joe.
Tell you why I disagree with Dennis.
No.
Because the biggest thing, two of the biggest things that we talk about in relationships now is accountability and then communication. Communication isn't always as clear cut as we would believe it to be. So there are levels to I don't want to call them attitudes, but there are levels to different ways that you deal with your woman.
Right.
When it's that time of the month, there's something wrong. Now, you should just know that there's something wrong. But I mean, as we all know, that time of the month, that thing changes. Like throughout the year, it varies. So that said, I don't know why I'm so hot. That said, I do not know how to determine when something is bothering you outside of a conversation that we've had.
Right.
So if you come in and you slamming doors, obviously you slamming doors. Something is wrong here.
Right.
But if you come in and you giving me short conversation, I'm like, okay, well, maybe it's just something, I'm going to ask, hey, is everything good? If you respond, yes, no, I'm good. Then how the hell am I supposed to know something is wrong with you?
True. And that's the communication.
It's
breakdown.
not always communicated
Right.
properly when there is an issue. So like if it's don't stay out past 2:00 and I come stumbling in at 4, obviously if you're not talking to me in the morning, I assume that that's what that's about.
Go there.
You know what I'm saying? I assume that that's what that's about.
Don't act like you don't be knowing what the problem is when the whole time.
But at the same
you
time-
been told the problem 1,000 times.
Yeah, no. Because what women will ultimately do is complain about that problem, but then we'll have a date night, a good day, a good week, and then it'll go away until it comes up again. But I keep having to tell you this. Right. But we was good for the last 2-3 weeks.
We've been good.
And it wasn't no issue. So I'm not even perceiving that to be a problem.
Right.
But if you were to come to me and blatantly say, honey, this is bothering me, now that's a difference. I have to make a choice whether I want to ignore it or not. That's why I disagree with what you said, because if I blatantly know what it is, if you blatantly come to me and tell me what it is and I directly know, okay, that's a difference. Then I got you. But like Joe said, I pick and choose
You gotta pick your
what
battle.
I'm going to ignore and what I'm going to catch the sign on. So I just think it's not always communicated properly.
So, at what point does I don't want to say common sense because common sense isn't
Everybody
so
ain't got
common.
it.
But you have to, in order to be in a relationship, you should be able to read a room. So if I can't read this room enough to understand that you have a problem and we need to come to a common ground so that we're not letting this thing drag on.
Chill, fam. Eat your food.
Yeah,
I'm in the conversation too.
But you chose to bring food in here and eat. Give him that time so you can get something in your stomach.
I'm agreeing. I can say what I want to say.
But you got food in your mouth.
It's not a lot, so it's
Go ahead,
okay.
DP.
But I think you just know. You always know when there's a problem. And but one thing I will give you, JoJo, is you choose whether or not you want to fix it. And I think a lot of times, I don't know if it's because men feel like they make enough concessions to the point where it's like, I don't want to fix this. Man, look, I don't care how you feel about it. I did what I did and I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is I don't like when somebody says they don't understand why you're upset.
Yeah.
I don't like, and this is a lot of men that men that tell me a story of what happened with them and they chick, and I'll be like, bro, you know what you just did. You know what she's upset about. You're not that slow, bro. Ain't no way in the world you this dumb.
Right.
You get this. They'll come in at, like you said, I'll just use your example. I came in at 4:00 in the morning.
You have to use my example. It was perfect.
It was great.
Thank you.
And
I did that.
she was tripping like
I did that.
she was tripping like we didn't go out for dinner before that.
Yeah.
Well, bro, it's 4 a.m, bro.
Yeah. Big facts.
Like, this ain't hard to figure out.
Right.
Now, if you just want to do what you want to do, that's fine. But you shouldn't be in no committed relationship where it's supposed to be a partnership.
Yeah.
Because a relationship is a business. That's your business partner. How you disrespecting your business partner and you don't want to get to the bottom of what happened? No, we need to figure this out
Yeah.
immediately. And that's what I mean. Like, once you set the boundaries, like, man, we don't cuss at each other. We don't yell at each other. We don't argue. And we don't go to bed mad. That takes a lot of that out. Like, and you gotta listen to what the person don't like, because it's easy for me to tell you, hey, baby, I don't like when you be cussing at the kids like you lost your mind. It's easy for me to say what I don't like about her, but when she brings it back to me, now I want to shut down. Oh, I ain't listening to that today.
Right.
Nah, bro, you got to listen to what your CEO said too, because this is a business.
Right. It makes sense, man.
He came back hard with
He
that.
definitely came back hard with
back
that.
to
Yeah,
the
yeah. He cleaned it up. Cause I was full out, man. I
He said, we about to do
disagree.
this. I'm like, come on.
I disagree. I want to argue 100%. But you definitely came back, man, and picked that thing up off the floor. You fumbled it at first, but you picked it up and then went and scored that mug. And I was like, okay, DV, we back in the game, baby. Does anybody else have anything to lend to that? Nikki, you got a mouthful of food and you chewing into the mic. Could you just set the food down for a little bit and join the conversation? Like, this is tough, man. It's hurting my heart. Joe, what you got, man? While Nikki get herself together, man?
Well,
This
like
is
you said, with the
crazy.
communication,
Yeah.
because you cannot spend so much time with a person that you don't know.
Yeah.
So you're ignoring the signs, period.
Okay.
Hello.
So that goes to what you were
You know
saying.
what I'm saying? So,
Hello.
but we choose
Yeah.
to, like, what level it is. And I learned that from one of my sisters. She was like, bro, you can't be mad at everything. You got to pick your battles.
Facts.
I'd probably still be married if I'd have picked less battles. You know what I'm saying? But
Man, I will die on any hill I choose to any day of the week. What you got, Nick?
I
Get it out
agree,
your
but
See, she
she,
it's real bad, Joe.
got that little letters out of there real quick.
you had that Jerome mouth for a minute.
Damn, Joe.
Remember when he had the black?
I was whatever, Joe. I was gonna say, I agree with DP. Honestly, 100%,
That's the first.
1,000%.
Man,
I
that
agree
is
with DP.
it is very rare. It is a rarity.
I do.
All right, well, let's move on then. I don't want to hold nobody. Now, this is the one that I had that was important to me because, again, most of these topics come to me either through conversation or me scrolling on social media. But the one that stuck out for me this week was, with life and death being in the power of the tongue, why aren't people more purposeful of what they want in life? And I'll let me give you a little backdrop to it because I don't want to just throw it out there. Oftentimes, man, when you on social media or you having conversations with people and they're talking about their relationships and the type of people that they're getting in relationships, you hear dudes, man, every chick that I meet, she want to do this, and then when she met me, she want to slow down and she wanted me to wife her. I keep coming across these types of women. You know, you hear women say, oh, well, I keep getting all these bum dudes, and you know what I'm saying, ain't nobody really own nothing.
Ooh.
Why don't you speak it into the atmosphere, the type of man or woman that you want, the type of job that you want? You hear people complain all the time about their job. Man, I hate this job, man. This job, man, I'm finna get me another job. Well, instead of just filling out job applications, decide what you want in life, and then you bring that to your reality instead of just going out there finding things. So, I mean, it's striking, Joe, that you are a biblical man. So I would want you to touch this one first, man. With life and death being in the power of the tongue, why aren't people more purposeful with the things that they want in life?
Because in society today, it is more prevalent that we endorse toxic, negative functions. You know,
I think you've said something like that before, DP. Go ahead, Joe.
where you know you get somebody where they want to be a gangbanger and all that stuff, and that's the pinnacle. Like, that's it for them. Like, I die in these streets
Yeah.
for what?
He was real serious with that. For what? For what?
You know, I'm a bad bee. You know, why?
Yeah.
And what does it get you?
Yeah.
A couple kids, no husband.
Mm.
The gangbanger, he got the grave or jail.
Mm.
So what we watch
on TV,
I understand
on our
now.
phones.
I understand now why my grandmother, when we was coming up, we couldn't watch certain things.
Right.
Because if you don't understand vision, then when you see something repeatedly,
Yeah.
you'll start adapting those things to your life.
Dang it, JoJo would come in here and take my answer a little bit. Go ahead, keep going.
So, like, I'm an 80s baby.
Yeah.
From the 80s to the early 90s is the last, like, hurrah, the black family. That's the last of the hurrah. I saw that. I ain't never seen how we act towards each other back then. So I believe it's more so what we watching, the crowd that we keep.
Yeah.
Because if you show me your friends, I told my son this, show me your friends, I'll show you where you end up 10 years from now.
That's tough.
Preach.
That's tough. What you got, DP? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you was done.
no,
I thought you was
go
done.
ahead.
You definitely a good pastor. He got that 30-second pause in real quick. And then the Lord
And
came back around and told Jacob, get out the lion's den. Hey, Joe, don't hit me with that pastor shit. DP, what you got, folks?
Set up, nigga. Hey, I like the question so much. Can you run it back for me one more time?
With life and death being in the power of the tongue, why aren't people more purposeful about what they want in life? Speaking it.
Because once again, you start to adopt phrases and lifestyles of others. So now you'll hear people say, you can't tell your vision to everybody.
Yeah.
So you'll keep certain stuff to yourself, but you might be keeping the wrong thing to yourself. You're not even telling yourself the right things. And once you see so much negative, you can't even say that you want something greater because everybody sees how you move now, so they won't believe it. Because you don't even believe it. So you won't say that you want these great things because you simply just don't want them right now. I think the things that people really want, they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Whether they even meant to tell you or not.
Yeah.
And a lot of times what people want, the bar is just so low that they really did tell you what they wanted for themselves.
Right.
It just wasn't about nothing. Man, I wanted these gray and white 9s. I was serious about these 9s. You ain't said nothing about going to work. You ain't said nothing about having a savings account, kids eating. You ain't said nothing about nothing important. But I got them gray and white 9s. You know what I mean? So they're going to, I think everybody tells you what they want.
Yeah.
But sometimes we'll miss it because the bar on it was so low that you feel like they didn't say what they want, but you really did. You just don't want much.
So you saying that they settle for less. That's why they're not as perfect.
And I think that
Does
most
that
people
mean-
settle for less because they don't see themselves achieving anything more.
Yeah.
You'll have people stuck in a city and they think that's life. They've never been on the east side of town
Yeah.
because they're just so used to the west side. You know what I mean? This is all I know.
Well, I mean, if you from out west, you better not go out east the way
Right.
I know it to be.
But guess
right?
what? You can get on a plane and go to a whole
I
nother
got
place.
family over there, so
Oh, you gotta go. So your car got bullet holes in it all the time. Man.
Sir.
Nikki, what you got, G?
DA, I think that I'm going to sit this one out and disagree because
Wait, so you said you're
what
gonna
part?
sit this one out and
I'm
disagree
going
and
to
then
sit
give
this
an
one out
explanation?
because I don't want to tussle, but I'm going to disagree because that's where I'm standing at. And I'm going to disagree because I just feel like people do what they want to do. If you matter to me, I hear you. If you don't matter to me, I still hear you. I just don't give a fuck. People do what they want to do. They move how they want to move, you know, and I don't feel like that has nothing to do with our monetary backgrounds, our ethnic backgrounds. I don't feel like they got nothing to do with shit. It's more so just people just do what the fuck they want to do. You either matter or you
Can I
don't.
give you an
Hold on, wait.
example? Hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
Are you still
Read
talking
that
about
question
the-
again?
Read the question.
Yeah,
Read
are
that
you
question
talking about
again.
the last
No,
conversation?
I was just
we
talking
having?
about what DP
DP
was
was
just. Yeah, I just feel like people just do what they want to do.
So
like,
my question to you is, so why don't people speak more positively
because
about what they have going on for themselves or what they want in life? That's
Yeah,
because
that's
there's things like victimized mindsets. There's things like I isolation. There's things like I'm the bad guy all the time. There's so many things that participate in different people's minds that prevent them from doing that. Remember, we're all human, right? There's no such thing as the perfect human being. So yeah, it makes sense for us to speak positivity, but when we feel a ways, what do? We express that way we feel. That's not always positive. I just feel like we just imperfect. This shit makes sense all day long, but when you're in a situation and you have somebody like myself or like y'all that you could go vent off to, you don't call them and say, hey, shit tough, but it's gonna be right. You get to the it's gonna be okay part.
But that's a moment.
It doesn't matter. The question is, why don't people do it? Whether it's for a half of a fucking second.
But Nick,
people don't do it because they don't choose to do it. When you want to express yourself, you express yourself. It's not that I don't know if I speak positive, positive won't happen. It's more so like I ain't talking good because I don't feel good.
But hold up though, because me and you are real friends, and we have a lot of conversations.
We do.
We vent to each other.
We
but
do.
The majority of the time we talking, it's something positive coming out of our mouths. We don't speak negatively. Even when we're solving a problem, we're always positive.
Which is true.
So we're saying that why ain't the dialogue for most people positive?
But listen, which is true, but DP, there's times when I hit you and I say, DP, I feel like I was being boo, boo, boo. And I feel like we wrap that shit up in a positive moment.
But that's a moment.
But we're not talking about a moment. We're saying, why don't people do it in general? Even if, like I said, whether it's for a half of a second or not. We're saying, why don't people do it? Because when you're in an immediate act of feeling, you feel and you push. When you have a space where you trust those feelings, you let that shit off. You come back you be like, yeah, it can get better, but.
Allow me to lend something to this conversation. And I think I got this from you, Dennis. We live in a time where people like pain. People like to go through. Yeah, people like to feel disrespected. Mm-hmm. People like to be. You actually said it. You was going on a little bit, Nick, and Dennis kind of interjected a little bit, but you was talking about like pity parties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Negative energy being given back. The conversation is geared more toward. If I'm sitting up listening to a dude talk about how he just, and I mean, I don't really hear men doing this, so I don't want nobody to think I'm picking on the women, but women are always talking about how these dudes ain't shit.
Right.
And how like these dudes, you know what I'm saying? How all of these dudes are bums. The last thing I was with was a bum. You too, bitch? Yeah, he was a bum.
A lot of dudes like
you know,
Go ahead, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We around two completely different types of people. You know what I'm saying?
I just see it on Facebook.
You know,
I'm sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry.
But my point is, to these women out here in the world, like if you want a good man, speak that good man into existence. Like Joe just said, show me 10 of your friends and I'll show you where you're going. Show me 10 of your last exes and I'll show you what your next nigga gonna look like. Stop picking the dude that looks like the last dude that you got. It's just that simple. Because like Nikki said, if you shit in the bed, then you gonna get it on your leg or to some variation of what you. If you shit where you sleep, you're going to smell that.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So if you stop shitting in your bedroom and go in the bathroom and close the door, you're removed from that. Close the door on all of those old situations so you can be removed from it. Because if you keep going for the dudes with the 3 or 4 chains around his neck and his pants is around the top of his thigh and everybody liking every comment he posts, guess what he's going to do? The same thing. So just be more purposeful because that's how you get to where you want to be.
Yeah, I like it.
Got you.
If we sat every day and talked and I was like, man, Nick, yep, I'm going to shoot a podcast tomorrow. Yep, right. Nick, I'm going to shoot a podcast. Yep, Nick. Yeah, Nick, I'm going to shoot a podcast. No, hey, Nick, I'm finna shoot this podcast next week. I had to grab these mics, get these cameras. I bought this space. I'm doing things that's directing me toward what I want. All of these women keep talking about these men are bad or these men out here keep talking about the white man holding them back from having more. Like, bro, of course he gonna keep holding you back because that's what you believe. Right. If you believe every man that you encounter is a bum, then guess what that next man that you come across is gonna be?
Whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove.
Whatever the thinker thinks, the prover will prove. What you got, Joe? You got that body language like you finna say something real churchy.
No, this ain't.
Oh, this ain't churchy. Throw a motherfucker in there then to make me feel good.
Throw a motherfucker.
You know that make you feel.
Hey, JoJo, do something to make me feel good.
But when you if you keep running, this is my thing. If you
Come on,
keep
Pastor,
running-
get it out now. Well, this ain't
if you
Sunday
keep
service,
picking-
motherfucker. You keep
if you
doing
keep
that
picking-
pause. I want to pass it off to somebody else.
You keep picking all these bad guys.
Yeah,
Bums, right?
yeah.
To me, what I teach my daughter, I teach my daughter not to have a bum mentality,
Okay.
bum mindset. Because I say, baby, whatever you like, it might be wrong. Look at the qualities of a man first before you look at his outer appearance.
Okay. That's strong.
Was his father there? How does he treat his mother? How does he treat sisters, cousins? You know what I'm saying? Does he go to work? A lot of women right now, and they might get mad, but they want men they can take care of so they can have that independent conversation and keep him in the house while you at work. He driving your car.
You believe that?
A lot of them do.
You believe that?
I don't believe it. I see it.
Seeing is believing, so you believe.
No, I don't believe nothing. But God.
I think it's a common scenario.
So
It
like
happens often.
if you keep running into these bag, them kind of people change your preference.
Facts.
So
I
you
told
like you say with the dude with the chain, sagging
Yeah.
pants, change your preference. Go talk to the dude with the cigar and the suit.
I did a live with my friend Isha.
Get
Wednesday.
your daddy's opinion of dude.
Yeah.
Because even if your daddy ain't, your daddy
know
don't
a
want
real
you.
nigga when he
Your
see one.
daddy do not want you to be with a bum.
I told her on
A lot of
the.
y'all ain't gonna listen either.
I told her on the live. Most women don't even want a good man. The man that's good for you, you don't even like him.
You know how many times
That's not who you like.
you too good for me?
My heart beats so fucking fast. Yeah, let's wrap the night up. Fuck this shit.
Yeah,
My
no,
heart beats
man.
so
This is a very real conversation for me though. Because I've made mistakes.
Right.
So if I look like everybody else, get rid of me. I'm not good for you.
Right.
But we ain't gonna dig too deep into that. But women get so caught up in what they like as opposed to what's good for them. That's confusing to me.
I heard a woman say that she put too much time in to let the relationship go.
Oh,
I'm
most
talking
people
about
be
it
She was in time.
instead of in love.
She was in time.
You be in time.
You welcome. Go ahead and give me
You
that.
took that from me.
Yeah,
actually.
no,
But that-
no,
but that's
no, no,
cool.
no,
I'll
no,
live
no,
it
no,
out. You know,
no, no.
Sharing is
No,
caring.
no,
You know, I
no,
got
no.
you. You can have
That
all my little
whole
slogans.
the prover approve with the acceptor will
That's me
accept.
too.
You can have
You
that.
can have that too, though, man. Use
But
them
people
all.
are more often in time than they are in love.
Yeah.
And because they don't want to let that amount of time go, they'll just stay there.
Stay there.
Because I invested 6 months. I invested a year. Motherfucker, so what?
I don't want it to sound like that's like a woman bash topic. We just date women. But men do this same thing.
Yeah, I
Because
ain't
men
arguing
don't even
that.
break up. Like, we
No,
will
we
be with a
don't.
woman forever. We're not leaving you. You're going to leave us. Man, shoot. Look, I just ain't coming home tonight, but we together. So,
But that's weak though.
Nikki.
if you think about
That's super weak, bro.
Most of the relationships that end, it's ended because of a woman, though.
Which I'm totally fine with that.
Fact.
I'm fine with that. But my thing is, like, to these dudes, if we gonna switch gears on this a little bit, if men don't break up, go do what you gonna do, Joe. But don't hold her to the standard
it's
of being
very
your
weak.
woman.
That's
I
very
love you,
weak.
DA.
Yeah.
That's very
Don't
weak.
hold her to the standard. Oh, well, you can't go nowhere, man.
I love you, DA.
Man, Nick, you know what, man? Like 2 flats on the Cadillac, go back. Like, you can't control what a woman is doing if you want to be out here doing what you want to do. So when you to speaking to that, we don't break up because you're right. That's just the same way we had a conversation. You say it all the time. Men will let you friend zone them forever. And the minute you open the door for him to smash,
He wouldn't.
boop. And that's that same. But I can't sit up and hold on to you and tell you what not to do this. Man, bro, go crazy. Because if it's gonna break me to see you do something else or be happy, then I shouldn't be around you.
Right.
Or,
because I'm doing wrong by you.
Or you should do right by me, and I won't be doing that.
I ain't never met a man who
That
just.
works.
Oh no, that
Or-
works 100%.
work
Or
both
you
ways,
can do
though.
right by me.
Joe
and I
said
won't be
do.
doing
Joe
that.
said it worked both ways.
work both
I
ways.
You know
didn't
what, though?
say a gender, Joe.
You know what, though?
I didn't say that.
not even the gender, but people are going to treat you how you allow them to treat you.
You are absolutely correct.
If I can have 3 of y'all coming from somebody who has dated more than one person at a time, and everybody knew,
Man, you was real strong for saying
that
that.
was
out loud.
way better than the one person. I mean that with everything in me because it's all about me.
When we was in school, I always thought you was Nigerian.
He is. Can't you tell? Can't you tell? You see it now, don't you?
But that's
You see
better.
it.
That actually
He
works.
believe
Three
in
women.
7 wives. He
man,
with all
3
that
women.
shit. Yeah.
Folks said
That
I
works
always
better
thought
than
you
just
was
the one
Nigerian.
He's the rich man with all the wives. GB
Man,
for
poor.
sure.
Yeah, no,
For sure.
I don't know, man. That's just crazy, man. I just in this life that we live in, man. Everything is to be had if you want it. If you want to be happy, go be happy.
Facts.
If something isn't making you happy, separate yourself. That's simple. That's a simple truth. That's a simple truth, Joe.
Yeah.
And it's easy. When your job ain't treating you right, what you do? Bye. I keep trying to get these promotions and y'all won't elevate me. I'm gonna go to a company who appreciates me. You know, if I'm staying somewhere and my landlord won't come and fix the stove, he won't come fix the roof, he won't come fix the water heater,
Bouncing.
but I'm paying my mortgage, or I'm paying my rent faithfully, let me get up out of here when my lease is up, because you're going to miss this money that's coming on time. That's speaking to what you were saying. If you doing right, I'm doing right by him. Okay, let me show you when I stop paying this rent of love, where you go.
Facts. Okay, I like that.
Where you go. When I stop paying this rent, because my rent is paid up. But you ain't kicking in on your so you know what?
preaching over here.
Let me leave you where you at. So that's all I'm saying, people, is just be purposeful of what you want. Ladies, stop talking about how these niggas ain't spit and leave them where they standing at. That's so easy to me, man. But you know what I'm saying? My boy Shot a
it's
Breezy.
easier.
Shot a Breezy in the building. And he said I be pandering, so I'm gonna get off the soapbox so Shadow won't be salty at me, man. Cause I if I haven't said it in a week or two, I hate Derek Jackson. I hate this nigga with a passion, and I'm starting to hate this nigga Tony too, or whatever. Not Anthony O'Neal. What's the other nigga?
Tony
man?
Gaskins?
Tony Gaskins. I'm starting to hate this old light skinned baby lotion, cocoa butter spreading on his cheeks bones looking ass nigga too. Oh, shiny face and all. Let me stop, man, before somebody tag Tony Gaskins. I'll come sit down on the podcast and we can talk about it, brother. Get your dumb ass.
Yes, he can. Come sit down.
Man, he better bring all them followers too. Shit, bring all that content. Hey, man, so DP, you going out through the week, bro. We've been talking about this back and forth, man. What's at the top of your mind, man?
Oh, my God.
Because you've been trying to tell me this shit all week, and I just didn't want to hear it.
So I'm on Facebook. I can't sleep at night for some reason. So it's like 2:30 in the morning. And somebody that is like a little brother to me shared a picture of a man and a woman who were in a relationship. And to the majority, they were ugly. These people look regular to me, but okay, whatever. But I look at the share, I click on the actual picture, and there was 14,000 shares of this picture and them being roasted through this timeline. When I tell you, it's 3 in the morning, my blood was boiling because I hate a bully. Like, these people just put up a picture. They didn't have like a abnormal amount of friends, 2,000-3,000 friends. Mm-hmm. But then for your picture to get shared, and you're just trying to show the people that you know, man, me and my husband, my wife, or my boyfriend, my girlfriend, we're in a good space. For you to get roasted by 14,000 people at one time, and then everybody does that mental health thing, how damaging do you think it is for a person to wake up to 14,000 shares of disrespect? A weak mind, that might be enough to push them over the edge because you don't know what they went through yesterday.
Yeah.
Man, I was clicking on people's stuff and roasting they shorties. I swear to God.
Man,
I roasted about 35 different people. I would post a picture of the kid and go in. How did that make you feel, bro? Because what did you do? You didn't do anything to me to get your kid talked about.
Yeah.
But they didn't do anything to you either.
So you saying all because this couple wasn't beautiful? They were
ugly in their
weren't
opinion.
American society's
And I play around, you know what I mean? I'll get on, me and you will sit around and me and JoJo done roasted people, me and Nikki done roasted people, but I would never in a public place
Share it
go
and-
in on somebody
Yeah,
or
no, for sure.
compound the embarrassment by adding another share to somebody getting just dogged. I don't like that. I don't got no respect for a bully. If you a bully, don't speak to me, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I can't respect it at all. I don't even know if I had a conversation. I just wanted to voice it because it was disgusting, bro.
And I mean, it's bullying on an adult level, so it's just like it's almost
Even
worse.
super lame.
Yeah, it's almost worse.
Because you really know better.
But
at
it was
this point.
effective, though, because people put so much emphasis on social media.
Yeah,
And I know that it was effective because you seen those people going back and forth with people.
yeah,
So that hurt you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you didn't post that thinking it would go viral.
Right.
You posted that thinking like, man, me and my
it
girl
just
was
is
looking
what it
good
is.
today, or me and my guy was looking good today. And that's damaging, dude. I bet you it'll be a long, well, some people just like attention, but I bet you it'll be a while before they post another picture.
Possibly.
Unless they're seeking that shares because all attention is good attention, some people feel like. But I do know to them 14,000 people who shared that post in a negative fashion, I have no respect for you at all, and your kids is ugly.
Man, go on. Nikki, what's
Man.
at the top of your mind this week? Yours is kind of heavy though. DP's
funny as hell.
Yeah, his was light because we could have went a
He's
comedic
I hope your
way.
mama get hit by a car while she babysitting
Wait
your
a
daughter.
minute.
Whoa.
To the people out there
Whoa.
listening, the thoughts and comments of Dennis Pittman do not reflect that of the I Just Want to Talk podcast.
I don't like bullies either, though.
Yeah,
Just to
bullying
say
is
that.
That's
trash.
I don't like
disgusting,
that.
bro.
It's trash.
It's real trash. And as an adult, if you are still that weak in your mind that you need to get powerful off of talking about somebody less than you, you weaker than the person you talking about.
Yeah.
Like that's the weakest shit ever.
For sure.
That's the weakest shit ever.
100%.
But I wrote it down because whatever. But
Because you Kid Cudi in
yeah.
the Afro Man.
But
Because I was
anyways,
high.
So
Because I
I
was
was just like thinking about like people and lies, like how people lie. So it was like, would you rather me lie to you because it makes you feel good, it sounds better, or are you advanced enough emotionally to handle the truth in which you searched so desperately for? Why do we want the truth? Are we attracted to the pain? Do we want to be hurt? Do we have victimized mindsets and the truth keeps us a victim? Do it really set us free or do it hold it back? Because I know a lot of people that know the truth and still did nothing about it.
Fire.
Super fire.
Super fire.
When she sent it to me, I dropped a tear and then I was like, wait a minute, I'm a real nigga, so let me stop faking.
That was fire.
It was.
You want to listen to that first?
I actually, because when she sent it, I was like, oh, that was random. Like, whoa, I wasn't prepared for that at that moment of the day when I got it. Do you want to give a little bit to it, or you just want our
I am going to give a little bit to it, but I want you to talk first.
So first and foremost, y'all never gonna really hear me say this ever again. I hate to agree with this nigga. I believe that people don't necessarily always want the truth because the lie hurts more when it comes out.
Yeah.
And people like to be in pain.
Wait, so
Yeah.
people, the lie hurts more?
the
truth
lie hurts
more?
the lie hurts more when the truth comes out.
Okay.
Yeah. And so if I tell you the truth right up front, then you'll say, okay, I'm not gonna deal with this,
But you're going to deal with it.
but you're gonna deal with it. And then when it's presented to you, or you have an opportunity to throw it at me, you know what I mean? Not, well, I'm victimized by the truth that you told me. Well, that door, the handle just turns if you grasp it. You had that opportunity. So I just think people like to be hurt, man.
What you got,
The truth isn't real.
No, people do have.
I know that was a bar.
They have, a sense to not want the truth. Like you would rather believe a lie.
But
in today's
what happens?
society.
What happens if I'm begging you for the truth, but I'm not? What am I gonna do with it?
Sometimes in certain situations, I could tell you the truth and you wouldn't believe it.
So it's still a lie.
It's still a lie, no matter how.
Perception and reality?
There you go.
Nikki, I'm going to lend to you.
I knew
I'm
you
gonna
was
lend,
going
I got
there.
you. Don't even worry about it.
I knew you
got
was going there.
I got you because I feel like y'all answered it but kind of talked around it. I got you, though. Lie to me. I don't need the truth for real because the truth perception and reality. If I'm with a woman right now, like I am with a woman right now, and we happy, so we together or
He
whatever.
had to add that.
He
Oh, and by
better.
the way,
Yeah, no,
He
we
better,
good.
Oh,
'cause
and
she
by the
don't
way.
If I
play.
said
She
on the
don't
show,
play.
you know.
oh, and
She
by the
don't
way,
play, cause she don't play.
Yeah,
Cause
so-
she don't play.
I mean, I ain't got
if you say she don't play one more time,
If
I'm gonna
we-
go knock on her
Cause
door
I
and
want him to
run.
say something.
Just so she can come out and say, who playing at my door?
If we in a relationship or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and everything is going good for me, I don't care
Keep
about
that
none of
shit.
what you do that I don't know about.
Yeah.
Okay.
It don't matter to me until I find out about it.
Okay.
I'm good. I don't care about none of that.
Right.
Means absolutely nothing to me. And I'm not finna snoop around and look for my own demise. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
I'm happy right now. So why would I go in search of pain?
Facts.
She's able to keep me happy
That's
and
clean.
do what she's able to keep me happy and do whatever she wants to do on the side when she's not around me. I don't care.
But what if she's not?
When you mess up, now we got to deal with it. But the lie, as long as I don't know about it, hurts me at all. It doesn't hurt me at all. If a tree falls in the woods and I'm not around, it never fell. It didn't make a sound.
Right.
So I'm good.
But what if the shoe's on the other foot?
If I'm lying,
No, what if she's lying to you?
I'm saying that's what I'm saying.
What if you believe?
I was saying
what,
if she's lying to me right now,
Okay, but what I'm saying is, so what if at one point you get to the point where you feel a ways, you just something just not right, right? And then now you want to talk about it. Now I need to know, right? Because it was going in my favor, so it was cool.
all right.
But it's not working in my favor no more. So, and now I'm starting to see some shit, and I'm feeling some shit, and something ain't right, right? And so then we had that conversation, and you asked me to tell you the truth. Do you really want me to motherfucker tell you the truth?
So okay,
Do
'Cause
you really
I just like
want
how
me
you
to?
added that motherfucker on there to give it like the severity.
A little
that it
spice.
I like to
deserves.
use me
Okay,
so
cool.
that it can work for what you're saying. So I'm in my relationship or whatever. Something doesn't feel right to me, and I ask her like, "Hey, this doesn't feel good. Whatever. Is there a problem here? Are you asking me? Do I want the truth there?
I'm asking you, do you want the truth at all? Ever? Hey,
I want
I'm
the- if I
asking you.
ask
I'm
you-
asking you on the terms of, if you're dating me, DP, if you're with me, you're
Right.
committed to me, you in love with me, you don't want life past me.
You're doing a lot.
I'm just telling
whole
you.
lot.
I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. Cause
See you. This
I'm just saying, right?
Hey, is that a-
but then, because we had a conversation where y'all said that I can love you and not like you. I can love you and still want you here.
Yes.
And take care of you.
Yes.
And not want to lose you. That don't mean I like you though.
got a
I could
quick
not like you for the moment. So rewind, fast forward now back to where we at right now, and you have to, and I have to tell you something that's gonna shatter what you had in your mind. Do you want me to shatter that shit for real, or do you want me
I
to
asked
just?
you. So give me that truth then.
Okay.
But I'm not asking questions I don't need the answers to.
That's
I'm
key.
happy right now. I'm not
That's
asking
key.
you crap.
So you only need the answers because you're no longer happy.
No, I only need the answer because for whatever you did, whatever it was that you did to make me question something, made me ask the question. You came home at 4:00 in the morning. Where was you at?
Right.
But if you would
Where
ask-
was you at, Jody?
If
Did
you
she ask? Did she ask him?
No, she didn't ask.
if
You would
Stupid.
never let up off Yvette.
if you don't do anything that makes me question what we have, I'm not gonna ask you crap.
I swear to God, you know what? It's crazy because I said that same thing and I was placed under masculinity for feeling that way. And it offended me because no women agree with me. But they agree with me, DP. They agree with, but they didn't agree with me. Hey, listen, if that man coming home and he making you happy and you have not one fucking red flag, you don't have a reason to go through his phone. You're not gonna just do that shit and you happy. You're not gonna do that just because you don't even want to go search for something that could be wrong because you in such a great place. People that look for shit like that, they're not in a good space.
Fact.
They're looking for the reason why they're not in a good space. What the fuck is going on? Something is not working here.
They dysfunctional.
What are you doing? What do you think?
Because they dysfunctional. If you looking, like you said, you looking for pain, something wrong. With
Am I looking for pain or am I looking for an answer? And the answer just happened to hurt.
No, when you said going through the phone, that's two different things.
Because something's not right.
Watch this, JoJo.
You shouldn't go through the phone.
But if something's not
Nick.
right and you're not being a man and you're not honest with me, how am I to figure it out?
if you were in a relationship and it felt like something was going on, and he sleep, you go through his phone and you don't find anything. When he wakes up in the morning, do you tell him you went through his phone?
I do.
Yeah.
I have to be honest enough, and I have to apologize, and I'm gonna tell you,
But that
baby,
relationship might be over.
It
Exactly.
just may be, but if it's gonna be over, it's gonna be over because I was honest. You did not disagree. You did not agree with my behavior, and we went out different ways. It's not gonna be over because I was dishonest and I was disloyal and I played a different. We not doing none of that shit.
It would have been dope if you would have put another dis word on there. Like
I was
if you
gonna
would have went 3 for 3.
for real, for real.
Dishonest, disloyal.
And what else? Cause
Were you being disrespectful when you went through his
Disrespectful.
phone without just asking what you wanted to know?
But wait, ask me again.
I said, were you being disrespectful
Yeah.
when you went through his phone without asking him?
Yeah, that's disrespectful. You don't
Looking
pay the
for an
bill.
answer when
That's
you could have asked.
You didn't buy the phone.
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
I don't think so because every phone is 2023. Every phone come with privacy. If I'm able to go through it, that means you gave me the access. I don't feel like I disrespected you. This is what you wanted me to do.
That's
this is what
actually
you wanted me
valid.
to see.
I give
If you
that
did
one.
not
Yeah,
want me
that's
to
valid.
see
More on
that,
that one.
you would have tucked that off away from
It's a
me.
huge. The girl I talked to know my passcode, but you know my passcode because I told you to open my phone for something else.
I could care less why I know. If you was bold enough to give that shit to me, then you cannot dictate how I use it.
Yes.
You gave that
that's not
shit to
true.
me.
Nah,
That's
bruh.
not true.
She
If
got
I
you.
give you-
That's for
if
sure
I
true.
give you
Part,
if
she
I
won.
give
For sure
you the
true.
key, if I give you the key to my house and tell you to take the dog out while I'm out of town, that don't mean come to the house and wear my clothes out the closet every once in a
But
while.
that also don't mean don't use your common sense and understand that you just gave me a fucking key. You just granted me access. So I'm gonna do what I want
No,
to do.
DP, in that regard, bro, I think you put the shoes on to make it make sense to how you want. In that example, no, because you have a very valid point, but in that example, that was the wrong example. To Nikki's point, what she's saying is, if you give me that code and say it's 637-267 and go on the phone right now, if you don't change it, you wanted her to have access
You
to
wanted
that
me
phone.
to see what I saw.
I wanted you to have access to my house, but I didn't want you to take my clothes out.
Right, bro, but that's
You
different.
didn't
though.
want me
the
to
same
do what I
thing.
did, but that
I
doesn't mean
gave
you
you-
didn't want me to have the access.
I gave you
we gotta stay
something
on
with a
task.
purpose for a moment.
Yeah, so for me, for your
abuse-
example to work,
You abused what I gave it to you for.
No,
But you got to understand the access, though.
You gave it
so if
to
you
me.
give her access, you got
You
to
gave
know.
it
Well, no,
to
no, no,
me.
no, 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 no.
If you
Hold
take my
on,
clothes out the closet-
because it's two different examples. If you gave me the key to go walk the dogs or whatever, and I had a key made, then that proves
That's
what you're
different.
saying. That's different. But
Nah.
But if you
No, no,
grant,
no.
if you say, "Baby, here's your key to my house,"
well, no,
and
I'm
I
saying
call
that
you
makes
because
you-
I'm
said, though.
No, I'm
that
saying
you granted
wait a
me
minute.
access.
What I'm saying is that's what would make you right in what you're saying. If they went and got a key made and was going to your house, but it's like, bro, like relax, like that example doesn't fit.
It does.
No.
Because I gave it to you for a
Because this
temporary
is-
purpose. Just like I gave you my phone for a temporary purpose and said, open this
Yeah,
phone
no,
up
they
and
two
go get
different
this
things,
for me.
bro.
It's,
Okay.
the, it's
Two
the
different
exact
things.
same thing.
Okay.
Nah, they're two
Jojo,
different things.
please tell me that that's
I'm
the
going
exact
through the
same thing.
phone. If you give me the access to the phone, in my mind, you are aware of what's in the phone.
I want to put a
You
word
are
to
okay
it.
with me finding out what's in the phone.
That's semantics.
You
bro.
have
What you're saying
had
is
the
semantics.
there's a doubt in your mind like, damn, was she gonna go through while I'm asleep? That came to your mind before. You know why? Because you know what the fuck you just did. You are aware. You are aware.
And then
you are
you
aware. I
can't
don't
go and
move off
change the
boundaries.
password
You are
'cause then
aware.
she's gonna say, "Why did you change?
Why
the
did you
password?"
change it?
Yeah. So what you're saying makes
Really?
sense,
Why did you
Dennis.
give it to me?
No,
Why did you
Dennis,
give it to me?
Dennis, what you're
That's more
saying
than
makes sense,
anything.
but it's semantics, bro. You're only giving that example so it can make sense to prove your point. Slow down. It's a difference when you're talking a cell phone in your house, bro. Those two examples
difference.
don't wave in the same conversation.
Because you know how
That-
easy it is to change
listen.
your password on your phone versus going to get a new key to your crib.
But again, just relax.
That's
The reason why it's semantics, bro, because you gave a point to prove that you are right, whereas the cell phone is different. It's more interpersonal. So if you, hey, Joe, can you go on my cell phone and call these people and tell them, oh, okay, all right, boom. And then I catch Joe later doing this. I can't be like, well, how did you get in my phone? You gave me the password.
But that's a totally different thing as opposed to me and Nikki being together and we exchange passwords. Now,
But
you
bro,
can go
you
through them when
wanted
you
her
want
to be able to go into that
No.
phone because
I
there
don't
was
care.
a false
When
sense
you
of
grant me the
security
access-
when you
I don't
granted
care
her.
if she goes through the phone. But what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that's the same thing. It doesn't even matter. Long
my
story
chest
short,
tight talking about
It
this
doesn't
shit.
even. It doesn't. It doesn't
Joe,
matter.
okay, it don't matter.
I
It don't
won.
matter.
You lost.
I think it's a wash.
You lost.
Joe actually had
But I'm with you, brother.
Joe. This was Joe's video. This is Joe's topic that was at the top of his mind, which I
But
actually,
that tied into what we was talking about first.
yes, it does.
All right,
It does.
All right.
White girls who are sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power.
So in the video, it starts off. I guess it was like a comparable. You know what I mean? White women versus black women, or how you date racially or whatever, blah, 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 blah. And I'm guessing in the full video, she's discussing why men go off and date white women.
Right.
I think that was the entirety of the video. And then she was speaking to the reason why black men are going over to the other side is because black women make all of these stipulations about black men. And you got to have this, and you got to be this, and you got to be this, versus just letting him be the man to come and take care of you. I can run it back if y'all need me to.
No.
I don't need you to.
I don't even think that this is about race. I think this is about class. If you are a woman,
That hurted my nipple.
what?
That hit my nipple.
It's not about race. That's
Joe
about,
is a pastor.
You
Jesus
said Joe is
Christ.
Joe. What the fuck? Is we gonna consider him a pastor, or is he gonna be fucking Joe?
He brought him back
Okay,
to a
'cause you know
pastor.
what?
They brought him back.
What the fuck?
Like, man, like Nikki be going left, bro. Like,
no, that
man,
shit
feel
just
it in
be
your
hitting.
shondo, nigga. Feel it in feel it in your mind, nigga.
No,
feel it in
it
the
was
bottom of
like-
your heart.
It
This
was
motherfucker's
definitely
head.
a sharp pain in
I
the
felt
nipple.
that in my like what, motherfucker?
I had
He
to
acting
just-
like I'm Catholic. I'm Baptist. I've seen nipples before.
Yeah, I had to just let y'all know, like that was definitely a nipple hitter. But okay, cool.
That is new on me, Jesus.
So it's not about-
Excuse me,
you know
Pastor.
what, Joe? Before you leave, I need you to pray over this room.
Excuse me,
Nikki
Pastor.
just put some fucking shit in here, man. That I don't even understand what just happened. What you got, DP?
But yeah, no, it's not so much about race as it is class. Good women are looking to be wifed. I hate that, but be wifed or be in longer, stable relationships. And men know that as we approach them. Women who get ran through, we run through them and we know that this is what she's about. We know that her resume is bad and we know that she will allow this. This isn't something that all women go through. She's speaking for all black women and should only be speaking for herself because that's what you go through. A lot of women don't identify with what she's talking about at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like her comments are out of pocket, incorrect, and
In what way?
inconceivable. That's all. I ain't had nothing, but no, but
In what way they not correct?
because she's only talking about the ratchets. It's a lot of women
That's
who
not true.
it's a lot of women whose dating history doesn't look like that. It's a lot of women who are in serious relationships when they are in relationships. And they're in relationships that are profitable, they are beneficial to them, and they have a chance at marriage, a healthy marriage. They're not just some fly-by-night, Bonnie and Clyde, exciting for the moment type of ratchet, ran down baby mama relationships. And I think that is on display so much that we feel like that's the average black relationship, and it's not.
But I mean, it's the
That's
standard.
damaging. No, it's not.
It's
Who
the
created
standard.
this
It's
standard?
this. No, it's what they want us to see, because a good husband and a good wife aren't
Perception
on display.
versus reality.
They're not on display
the
like
mic,
the
BA.
ratchet is on
Boom.
display. So
Perception
that
versus reality, bro.
that conversation, that type of dialogue, that type of comparison is damaging. She made it sound like all white women are in good relationships and black women aren't, and she's so false.
No, she made the comparison of why when they're in college they're engaged.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what the numbers to it is, but a woman who went to, if you took the black women at Stanford and the black women, and the white women at Stanford as well, I bet you it's close to the same. But if you take the white women at West, if you take the white women in our city who went to Joliet West to the black women who went to Joliet West, I bet you it's pretty much the same. It's about proximity and what you will go for, where you want to go in life.
So you first started off by saying you don't know what the numbers are, but
I
then
don't,
you just
but I'm-
made the numbers comparable to make your choice,
But
make your example
That
make
is
sense.
true. I did do that because I don't have numbers. But
This guy is amazing. But I'm gonna call him on it though, because I'm listening here. I can hear it all.
I did do
think-
that.
I was going to
But-
say, name one black women married that we went to school with.
Exactly, though. But how many white women do you know that we went to school with that's married?
lot.
I don't.
I think that
I do.
But
That's
it's
not my
just
turn.
as many black women that's married, and we just don't. That's
you
just
just
not
don't
our circle.
frequent them. Yeah,
I understand.
I had to clean it up, Jojo. You were getting to me
Hey,
on that
man,
one.
listen.
No, I knew
No,
what you meant
I got hit
though.
him with that truth.
I knew what you meant though.
Nick,
ahead, Nick.
take it away, Nick. Handle that
What
for
you
me.
got to say?
I really, y'all, I don't want to tussle. Okay, just want to say that.
When have you ever not wanted to tussle?
I don't want to this time. I honestly feel like
Where's
this is a
Jennifer?
practice behavior when you,
I
as
totally
a
agree.
child, white people, they don't believe in, he treated you bad, leave him. Oh, this didn't work out, leave him. Oh, he got you fucked up, leave him. They don't believe in that shit. They believe in finding your person, marrying that motherfucker. Everybody in the family got the same last name. Go through hell and high water with that person. Black people are trained that, oh, he got you fucked up? Fuck him. Show him. Plug your control up. Show him you a city girl. Show him you can woo, woo, woo. You ain't showing him shit. You ain't showing him nothing. You're just showing him that you're worthless. Now you showing another nigga and another nigga and another nigga and another nigga. And before you know it, your radar is long. Your roster is long.
Yeah.
Because you want to show a nigga.
Yeah.
Slow down. You ain't got to show a nigga. You can show your one nigga. All you got to do is show him the right way. But I think that that's a learned and taught behavior in our homes as we grow up. We see that shit, so we start practicing that shit, and we become that
So
shit.
then that makes it the standard.
Well,
It's
that
not.
makes
It's
it
not.
the standard.
What's the tarot girl name? I don't want to keep saying the secrets.
Isha.
behind it.
I work.
Isha-
I do this all the time.
Isha jumps in and she says, "It's not the standard. It's what's publicized, sweetheart. It's publicized because that's what's happening in this community."
So you think
Even when
No,
it's not
bro.
publicized.
Hold on.
Even when
Hold on.
it's not publicized,
Listen,
y'all.
but still in fact, look at this city girl. This Miss Miami. Like this is, but you. I
Both
see
her
your body
kids got
language.
two different
Hold
last
on.
names,
Yeah,
but
hold
they're
on.
not
Hold on.
married.
Hold
I
on.
wanna take it in.
It's not about her status. It's who they're putting in front of you. Keisha, please, and all of these. I hate to bring it up, but look at Lori Harvey. It's a different dude. So it's proven to what you're saying. That's
Yeah.
the standard.
Yeah.
It's being shown.
It is.
And so all of these young women who are perceiving this to be their reality.
White
so
women-
it's what's happening. Whereas, I don't know what happens on white social media.
Right.
Because my social media is black.
Right.
I don't know, but it's starting to trickle into them because you're seeing all of these all these white girls in these videos moving their necks, and you look at the white girls on TikTok, they dancing just like the black girls on TikTok. They getting the lips and they getting the asses. So this publicized behavior is becoming the standard in the community because it's what these young girls who weren't raised properly, right, it's what they're being shown. So it's what they believe. This nigga just
I
bit his
just
lip.
feel
Get the
like- I
fuck
just-
out.
I
Why
just
did you
feel
bite?
like-
Bro, don't you ever bite your lip in my
Hold
presence.
on, let me get this off
You
before I
ain't
forget.
Tank, nigga.
I'm gonna forget in
You
like
ain't
2
Chris
seconds.
Brown, and you better start
Like, one,
dancing and singing, nigga, when you
2.
bite your lip, nigga.
I think I just forgot.
Yeah, it's the weed.
the word that you
Nah, I
using,
think I
you're
just
using
forgot.
standard, and I think you should use perception.
No, bro, it's the standard.
That's standard is the majority. So you think that's the majority of women?
Bro, let's go
White women
anywhere. No.
I'm talking about
Yes.
Versus
Let's go
black women,
anywhere,
yeah.
bro. Anywhere we go, it's hard to find a woman that you might even, again, we play on a different level with women, but to a degree. It's hard to find women that you'll see and have a conversation with and just think off the top of your mind, like, damn, I can't wait to see her again. Not I just want to smash. Not I just want to smash. I'm talking about I can't wait to engage her again.
I think
It's
we're just in the
very
wrong rooms.
no, bro, shit, nigga. I'm not in no crazy rooms.
No, not because you don't individualize it. The majority. So if a man is, you talking like how them women talk. If a man is saying that that this is the standard of women, he's in the wrong room or he's not good enough to be in the right room.
That's not what that's not what he's saying, bro.
I think that let me tell you something. This is what I do for a living. This is my job, right? I work in healthcare. I administer health benefits, mental, dental, vision, right? Meaning there's spouses, there's dependents. I have way more white women calling my line with everybody name the same last name than I do black women. The black women, there's no husband. Her kids under her own shit. Or there is a husband very rarely, but it's popular for these white women. Popular because I honestly believe this. White people are brought up in love. Genuinely, I'm not saying culturalized because, of course, they feel their way about our culture, whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm saying within their own culture, they're brought up in love. They're not brought up to look for Jimmy with the best car or Jimmy that makes the most money. Their parents don't teach them that. Their parents teach them that if you find that guy that treats you the best, and even if he's at the lowest, you work with him. You figure that shit out. You find a fucking way, and that be your person. Black people, black women, our households are not
black
that.
people. Let me
We're
throw that out there, man,
absolutely not
before any of
judging,
y'all
guys.
start doing
We're
that
not
one
judging
thing.
because we black.
But that's
we're not saying that, but that's the reality of the situation. And then we'll sit back and play this black and white game
this,
so bad.
And I won't put this off on that, but that's because you don't see the Cosby Show. You don't see Family Matters. You don't see the Fresh Prince. They took that shit away because they don't want us to know what that looks like. And now we get into the word systemic now.
Right.
And then they start putting this, they just put the joint up with the Upshaws, the family. But even that family has that situation.
Did you know that they put the rich family up and now that they're fucking in jail for fraud? Remember the what the fuck is their name?
No, the Upshaws is a black TV show.
They're
on
white.
Netflix.
They're white.
You talking about the Kriskies or whatever.
Exactly. They replaced all these black sitcoms and now there's so many white family sitcoms.
That's reality TV.
Which is cool, but they still in jail for fraud.
But that's two different things. That's a whole nother subject. What I'm saying is,
I don't think so.
With Family Matters, with the Fresh Prince, with the Cosbys, we seen a professional relationship, a professional marriage. And the children had their flaws throughout life, but they still got righted by the end of the episode.
Right.
We don't see that no more. We see drinks being thrown in their faces. We seeing these women, everybody getting their bodies done. We seeing all of these women. F him, I'm on to the next. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Erica Mena. We done seen her on TV in 6 different relationships from season to season to season to season. But Erica Mena is what's popping. If you go on her social media platforms, it's millions of people following her. Right. I won't say majority women because men just looking because she, is aesthetically pleasing.
Probably still majority women though.
Still majority. But you see what I'm saying? That's who they choose. That's who they choose. Look at this, the Carisha girl. She on there. Ooh, Kevin Gates licking ass and he spitting in my mouth. Like, bro, that's not normal. I mean, don't get me wrong. People are freaky. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get pissed on, by all means, get pissed on. I'm not Biggie Smalls. I'm not finna cock over and shit. I drink a lot of water. No, this is what he's saying. But that's what's glorified in these videos. If you look at Angela Yee, she went from, and I'm not disrespecting these women, bro, because their platforms are their platforms. But she went from the Breakfast Club, which is somewhat respected. Right. In all of podcasting and in the broadcasting world. And now she on lip service talking about sucking dick all the time and what dudes want to eat her. And it's just like, bro, okay, I get it. That's who you are. But this is what's being publicized. Right. So these women are seeing this, these young women. The followers are young women. And it's becoming a standard. I can't remember who said it earlier. I believe it was Joe. You don't want the guy that's good. And I think you said it, bro. You don't want the good guy. You want the guy that everybody want. Well, guess what? He the one that's bad for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said it's the standard. I'm not saying it's all women, because obviously, what you always say, nigga, nothing is absolutes, of course. Correct. But it's what's being pushed to the world, bro.
I don't want you to say standard. So you think it's the majority, though?
That's the standard, Dennis.
But
Look,
okay,
think about what I'm
asking
saying.
you a question. I'm asking you.
It is the majority.
Okay.
It is the majority.
I don't think that's so.
It is the
But
majority.
I think it's
bro.
a lot.
Because
And I think that perception is being pushed on us
watch this.
on purpose. I
Yeah.
think that they want that to be the norm.
Yeah,
I do
it
believe
needs
that.
to be the norm because you had that girl that everybody was cool with in school. She was the coolest girl, friendly. She wasn't even getting took down. She grew up, got a little booty, got 200 likes on the picture. You say hello, she don't even respond on her page. Nigga, we've been knowing each other since the 5th grade. But now that you getting that attention, you too good to clap back. Or if I say, hey man, shorty, you look good, you got to go ahead.
I don't think that's the case, DA. I think that's the perspective. That's your perspective, right?
No, that's not
But
my
look,
perspective. That's what's real.
I can't say that because I've been that girl. That's not the case.
You been what girl?
You just have. I've been that girl.
I don't know
Like,
what girl you're talking about.
that girl, like
cool with everybody and
I'm
then
cool
you
with
get popping?
everybody. Yeah. You know, I have that little popularity. Everybody think they know Nick, whatever the case may be. And then there's guys in my DMs consistently, and they think that I think that I'm too good for them, and that's not the case. The case of the matter is, hey yo, I've been played with so fucking much that line you use just don't fucking work. That's it.
So what if that's the only line that he has and he's actually good for you?
It just didn't work because what I've been through, my trauma, my life.
Right.
You get what I'm
think you need to
saying?
go see
I've been
somebody.
played with. I've been manipulated. I've been broken. I've been hurt. So now that I'm pretty or I'm whatever the case may be, I don't know why you feel like I'm obligated to say hello back to every nigga that says hello to me. Or I'm supposed to say, do you know how long I'll be saying thank you to every guy that told me I was fucking pretty? I don't have time for that. You get what I mean?
that
If I'm
quick
not, if I'm not about to advance your time,
Let me
I'm not
jump
even
in your inbox
I'm
and
not
say
even
you
paying
pretty
you no
and you don't
fucking
text
attention.
me back.
I'm just probably not though.
I'm just
probably
we're
not
getting ready to
though.
argue
But that's just
before I
because
say-
you know. But I'm just saying of
before I
what you
say
know
what I'm
about
to
me.
say,
Hey,
I'm
man,
just probably not.
before I say what I'm about to say, I'm just gonna let you know we finna argue. Who
Do
the
what you
fuck
gotta-
accused you of being pretty? That's
I'm pretty as fuck. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm beautiful. You're crazy. You're crazy if you disagree.
it
You
reminds
too.
me.
I'm sorry.
No, it just reminds me of smoked. It's giving smoked energy. That's all I'm saying.
Do
Get
you
your ass
agree
out.
that the majority of women are in that category of women that she described?
Majority is over 50%, right?
Correct.
Yes.
So whenever you go to any black city in America, you'll see what she's talking about. So I will say majority, yes. But it's systematically done.
Yes, 100%.
But where are you at when you're seeing these places? You're seeing them in the mall. You're seeing them at the
In the
club.
middle, at the club, the hood,
The grocery
school.
store.
Because every generation, every 5 years, that's another generation.
Okay.
All right. And every 5 years, the generation that's like to that next level, they starting to do grown stuff faster and faster.
Right. I like it.
You know what I'm saying? So this is done systematically. This is why in the 60s they killed King them. And in the 70s we get that single parent household. The 80s we get the crack epidemic. The 90s we got what?
The crime bill.
The crime bill,
It was
right?
busting in the 90s.
So the 2000, it was in the 2000s.
Joe said I was selling a little bit.
I was
Before
doing my
God
thing.
got me.
You know, before God dipped me in the water.
No, I put it.
God
on pause.
did.
I put it on pause. You know. But it's systematically done, and we not paying attention. Why is it that whenever black people move to a certain neighborhood, all of the jobs leave? Why is it that, and no matter what part of the United States you go to, Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, Miami, the inner black in the city, schools suck.
That's tough.
This is done systematically, and we need to stick together as family. That's my belief. I believe what she said, 60% true.
Okay, that's slick.
Because it's what's being pushed. It's
What's being pushed.
Let's go.
It's
I
the
like it.
narrative.
I like the topic.
Because as long as ain't no real man in the house, they can dictate whatever they want with these women.
Fact.
Absolutely.
That's a fact. Because they looking for someone to follow.
Absolutely.
The majority, not everybody, of course.
Because nothing is
You know, I
absolute.
like it. I like it.
Isha said you're beautiful, Nick.
Thank you so much.
Isha, you're a fucking lie. How about
Girl,
that?
you know what you're looking at. You know exactly what you're looking at. I know.
Hey, man,
Thank
I have to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Nick get in here and talk about dudes in her inbox, man. F them niggas, man.
I'm just saying, but I don't want. I hate that. I hate when guys, because I have a lot of hate mail too from guys that says that same thing. It started off, hey, beautiful, good morning, gorgeous. You ain't getting no replies with some hearts, some emojis. You in a story. You didn't follow every platform. You going crazy now. Now you in every DM, right? You're noticing that you're not getting no attention, and then immediately it's, bitch, you think you better, or you think you, who the fuck you think you is, and you ain't even all that. And
Well, he
wait,
showed his true
what?
colors.
But
Yeah.
those are
Wait,
real
what?
insecure men.
He showed
Big
his true
facts.
colors.
What?
Because my father told me it's plenty fish in the sea.
Fact.
Exactly. If you can't catch me, catch another one.
Catch another.
If
I
you
don't
reach out more
understand.
than twice,
But men,
You
but a
tripping
lot of
anyway.
niggas often feel like because of what they think you are. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how like in school y'all used to be the girls, they be like, she thinks she all that. How you read a bitch mind? You think that about me. You think that about me. You think that highly of me. You think that strong of me. And the way that I handle you confirms that. Because I don't give you no fucking attention.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
That's clean. I
So
like
that's
it.
with the same thing I'm saying with men. You think that I'm too good for you. So when I don't give you any attention, it's like your confirmation to that thought. Now you're ready to attack me when in reality, I don't think I'm above any of you guys. I just didn't been played with too much. I don't got time for that. So you got to jump through a couple hoops for me. And good morning, gorgeous, just don't do it for me. It did it for the two guys before you.
Right.
And it didn't go well. You get what I'm saying? It's called learning some shit. That don't work for me.
Hey,
no
buddy, you
more.
should have been quicker to the draw.
That's all I'm saying. That don't work for
That's
me.
why I
no
shoot
more.
from the hip. I don't be playing no game.
It doesn't mean I'm better than you. It means that I've learned better since
Yeah.
before you. And now that you're here, the game you're playing, it's just not successful. Not with me.
I agree with you.
No, that's clean.
I-
yeah,
with you because-
I mess with that.
You went through a process, you learn, and
Yeah.
you're applying what
Yeah.
you learn. A lot of people ain't applying what they learning, bro.
I feel like I'm always applying what I'm learning, because when I'm going through something and I'm learning something, I take it real hard. My learning process is tough. Especially because I feel like I know better, or I feel like I'm above certain shit. Like, Nick, you know better than this. Like, you should have never played with this. So I feel like I shouldn't be behaving in the way that I'm behaving in.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Now I'm hard on myself. And the people that support me are just like, bitch, get your shit together. No, come on, come back. You cool. You got it. It's going to be okay. When in reality, I feel bad because I let the water seep through the crack. I knew better than that.
Not you knew better, child.
I knew better, child. Baby, I knew better. I knew better.
So at the beginning of whatever venture it was that had you at an impasse, you knew better.
I won't say at that point, though, because at that point, I felt like I knew enough to make the decision on to keep going. Something happened as I kept going that
And
was
then you
just
knew
like,
better. So once,
Nick, you weren't never supposed to take no shit like this.
so you
like,
saying so when you hit the impasse, you knew
yeah,
better.
yeah. I tell you that all the time, don't I? I always say like this. I'm smarter than this. Like, ain't no way this happened to me. Like, why? How? Like, how? Come on, Nick. But I be in that situation. Like, I be there. I have to figure it out. But once I figure it out, I'm telling you, I'm a person that believe in smacking some shit one time. That's why I only got one child. You only had to baby mama me one time. I only go through shit one time. Different shit, but one time. Once I feel like I let some manipulate me that I know I could have caught, or I could have, that shit'll never work again. Yo ass grass. It's never gonna work again. Now we gotta find something else. Now you gotta do something else.
I like it.
It's super clean.
Can't argue that one.
Yeah, no.
At least you learn.
I do
She
learn.
definitely learned from her mistakes.
For sure. I make them, but I be learning some shit.
I don't know, man. DP, y'all had a good show, man. What you got going out?
Man, hey, thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. I'll see y'all next week. Make sure you tune in for the Tuesday wrap up every single Tuesday. Jump in there, talk to my brother, let him know what y'all got going on. Also,
Isha.
I was getting ready to pub her stuff. Her Facebook name is Secret Tarot's Group or something like that, I want to say.
Secrets Beyond the Tarot.
Thank you. Secrets Beyond the Tarot. Shoot her a friend request. Watch her lives. They're very entertaining. She's very entertaining. I I want to pub the sports podcast that
Sports Cafe.
Sports Cafe. Darnell Pierce, two
Courtney
other
Pierce.
gentlemen that he cool with. I don't know them, so I'm not from the front line, but I'm rocking with y'all. I like and subscribe, and I watched it. Everybody else, I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you next week.
What you got, Big Nick? Stay sucker free.
Every week, don't I?
Man.
Get the same shit. This week, I'm going to just say, like, it's okay to feel, y'all. And I know I get on here and I talk some shit and I probably present it as if it's not okay. I want to tell y'all, I'm going to apologize. Like, it's okay to feel. It's okay to be human. It's okay to express yourself. I want you to express yourself. Learn. It's okay to be criticized and critiqued. That's normal. That's the only way you're going to grow. You can't grow with the people just clapping for you and nobody telling you, hey, this is where you can tighten up at. That don't grow. So be open-minded. Stay open-minded. Stay sucker-free, y'all. We'll see y'all next Friday.
Stay sucker free. Joe.
Hey, man, I appreciate
Alan.
it. Appreciate y'all having
Nigga,
me.
did you just fart in my podcast?
Nah,
Nigga?
nigga, he blew a booger
my
on the
God.
wall. Boy, you see that, boy?
Oh, my God.
Man.
I had to sneeze. Y'all know my nose big, man.
Man.
You get on my nerves.
Look like a boomerang came out of his
But y'all
nose.
know my nose big.
What you got, Joe?
I appreciate it, man. I reached out to you. So, man, much love. I enjoy your content, man.
Thank you.
And I pray for y'all to have big success with this thing. That's why I wanted to come on and be a part of it. But if y'all ever on the west side Sunday morning,
I'm never going to be on the west side on the Sunday.
I might be.
Man, we pulling up. You pulled up for us.
On the
What's
west
good?
side
What's
Sunday
that address?
morning. What's
4804
4804.
West Polk, right off Cicero. You can't miss a big church called New Home Baptist. Come check us out.
Midway?
Nah. I mean, Midway way down the
I was
street.
ready to
but
say, bro. Yeah,
New
that's
Home
all
Baptist,
the way
what is this?
east.
4804.
West Polk.
West Polk.
Man, we finna get DA in church.
the zip
we finna
code?
pull
Man,
up,
shit,
suit it
I'm
up.
finna get.
That's
Hold on.
like, is it by,
Pull it up,
right,
suit
is
it
that
up.
by,
We gotta
okay.
sort that. We got
is that by
Hey, you
Douglas?
was not finna get
passing
me
out
burned down.
No?
passing out the joint.
If I walk in that
That's
church,
right
the church
before-
is going to catch fire.
You know Roosevelt?
Hey, I'm sorry, guys.
Coming
That's
back.
offline.
That's
Yep,
offline?
that's offline. It's just to wrap up. We got time after we turn the cameras off.
My bad.
No.
My bad.
We all good. Hey, listen, man. I did not have anything at the top of my mind for this week because I just wanted to take this time to, one, send a shout out. Damn, Dennis, I had it at the top of my mind. You forgot everybody's name, bro. James Kirkland, man, he had me on his podcast this past Tuesday. And it was a real informative. Shout out to my boy Daewoo James. He had a young lady named LaCroix on there. Had a cat on there named Avery. Man, it was a good conversation. It's called The Intellectual Stew with James Kirkland. Man, I had a good time. I actually posted it on my timeline on the Dontalion Jimerson page. So if y'all get a chance, man, definitely go check that out. Furthermore, I just want to be transparent in this moment, man, and say thank you for jamming with us the way that y'all do. We do this every week, man, not because we ain't got nothing else better to do, but we try to bring you all the content that you want to talk about. So all the shares, all the likes, comments, the subscriptions, it's crazy, bro. I rock with it super heavy, and I won't forget it. I'm trying to put on for the city. I'll only ever pander for you all. I won't ever pander for anybody else. I will always do what's in the best interest of Joliet. And I believe that this podcast is in the best interest of Joliet. So if y'all keep rocking, man, keep sharing this thing, keep telling people about it. When y'all see those QR codes around, scan it, tell somebody else to scan it. If you know somebody going through something and we just had that conversation, tell them to take a look. It is what it is, man. It's your boy DA for Big Nick and DP and our special guest, Mr. Joe Allen. This is the I Just Want to Talk podcast, man. We gone. Y'all be smooth.
Good night.